bottom? Talk to me, Bill. Talk to me. How we doing? Hey, listen. But back to it, though. No. You got kids. I got kids. We got family members. You know, it's about this sport being fair. You know what I'm saying? My brother. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on? It's your boy Mills from Mill City Boxing, home of the high-level pro boxing media, the Fighters Channel, the Trainers Channel, the People's Channel. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on? What's up? Good night. Good night. It's a good night tonight, right? Salute to Jackie Hernandez in the building. What's going on? She says, we need a different poll option. He know Dev can't beat Ryan. Bueno. Listen, Jackie, let me tell you something. That's exactly why I did that poll. I did that poll so everyone in the comments can state their mind. If their choice was not in the poll, you state what you believe in the comments. Okay? I'm just trying to be modest. I mean, I for some weird reason I'm not able to put up four options, four polls up or whatever, right? But I got HLD joining me tonight as well. We got lots of topics to talk about. Obviously, we had the saga of Bill Haney and Henry Garcia. We also had some great news talking about Errol Spence and Fundora at 154 pounds for that title. And that's some good news, and I would like to break down the fight, put on a poll. Let's see what everybody thinks about that fight as well. But the main reason of this segment, obviously, is it's weight bullying. I put weight bully, but to keep it fair, right, because of what's going on, people are gonna probably come in. Mostly the Haney fan club is gonna possibly come in quite, shortly, or they're probably in here already, coming in real cool, very soon. They're about to jump in. So get ready, guys. But in the same time, Dan Raphael, he posted some news. So as Mill City Boxing, I gotta go out here and promote it. I gotta go out here and say what it is. But in the same time, we're gonna talk about Ryan Garcia. But and also we gotta get into tweets. Holy smokes! Did you see what Victor Conte opened up a different asshole for punch drunk boxing? El Metiro, punch drunk Metiro. Do you got the tweet?
Well, the one that he's burning him on his own interview with Nestor Gibbs.
Yo, why you so low? I barely can. Oh no, my bad. I had you on low. My bad. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh damn! I'm like me
No,
low.
no, no. I know you low. That's some
hold
bullshit. Never, never. But
on,
also,
hold on. I got some love in the chat. Hola, Jackie. Hola.
saluda, Jackie. Saluda. You already know we had to add a co-host on there tonight, right? It's a Friday, right? And
Yeah.
boxing is lit. We also got, the Catterall and Josh Taylor fight. I don't know how interesting you guys think that is. At 140 pounds, we still got to talk about it. Some of our favorite fighters are at 140 pounds. The 140 pounds is probably the more deepest division in boxing, the scariest division in boxing. So we obviously got to dive in deep. Obviously, June 15th, we got Subir Matias and Leon Paro. You can't forget about him. And Eddie Hearn's statements, upon everything. He's done a lot of interviews, and I wanna be able to talk about those interviews as well, because he got a lot of the hot boxers on that stable, and that's the lead promoter. So we definitely got to talk upon that and much more. So HLD, I know you have some stuff that you want to break out as well, but first and foremost, right? Steroids is bad, right? So
100. 100.
first of all, steroids is bad, and this segment is not about picking on any particular fighter, but we are going to be talking about the trending fighters as well. And but we're also gonna like we'll go and dive in deep a little bit for you guys as well upon other fighters that are not necessarily popular at today that have gone through this and other fighters that have to deal with it on the bottom scale. Everything is about leverage in boxing when it comes down to pay, when it comes down to getting leverage inside the ring. So every little thing, even from like managers battling amongst each other, lawyers battling amongst each other. It's just so much in the sport. So we'll get into that as well. But I obviously want to continue to take on boxing too. So I want to be able to drop a whole bunch of polls as well. So I need you guys to go out and show some love, all right, and just smash that like button for me, all right. Let's go HLD. Where you want to start at? I
Yeah,
started.
man.
I started with this. I started with this.
Good brother, my cousin, motherfucker cheated him on the last fight. You know what I'm saying? This shit ain't good. At all, Mill, at all.
So, what's your thoughts on the situation right
Man, we just built up a fight to be of that magnitude, and then to find out that the other guy's cheating, right? And to find out that everybody is just, well, no. Me to find out the people that are cool with the cheating, that are down with it, they will be exposed, Mill City. This is why you want to be involved. You want to be involved in your loved one's career as much as you possibly can. You know what I mean? You got to imagine how, he feels.
now? So, you know, I feel for Bill because I'm a identity in the boxing game, right? So people want to come in here and this is like the street YouTube channel of boxing where the fighters and the coaches can come out and relieve steam, talk boxing, break down boxing, predictions, all that good stuff. Talk to the fans, whatever, right? But in this case right here, we still got to understand that Bill Haney is a dad of Devin. You know what I'm saying? And he got his ass whooped. Like he got his ass. I watched the fight again. He got his ass, yo. And I'm not even trying to be funny, bro. He got hit a lot.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I've seen it so many times, and and
He got
and
hit
and
a
ya,
lot.
ya te
So
da
no funny.
pena.
It ain't funny business. He got hit a lot.
No, no, it's not. I mean, the shocking part is already over. Now you're looking at what it is, and you're like, yeah, like yo, the kid took a
He's still
beating.
a kid too. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I try to tell him, he remember like the first time we talked, he's like Mills. I told him he's a kid, and he's like, no, he ain't a kid. Well, me to look at him now, right? Now look at us now. We're treating it like what it is, right?
I
It's
mean,
it's
when
a
we say
human.
kid, when we say kid, we're not talking about him being like a little 8 year old.
No,
We're talking about that he's just a young man. It's just
no.
a verbiage. It's just that he's a young man, and that's that.
Like he got in reality, he got a lot of fights, right? He got a lot of fights, but he really in the quarter part of his career
Hmm.
got this type of beatdown. So this is where I'm trying to be serious at, and that's why I told you, off air, people respect, Bill come here because he come here for the smoke. He don't he come here because we don't we don't ride him. You know
We
what
don't
I mean?
fluff him. We don't fluff him here.
Yeah, like Bill likes to smoke. You know what I mean? People he likes to talk to people that gonna challenge him. You know, I ain't gonna hold you like at the same time. It's easy to do that when you're winning. When you're
Right.
winning, yeah, when you're winning, you can challenge everybody. When you lose, you have to take accountability of certain things, and that's why a lot of people were talking to me like, "Yo, Mills, you sound like a hater by me saying that. Why can't you admit that he was the better man?" And I got some heat in the comment section from that side of the community, and you know, I could see why people could say that, but you guys have to look at it in my perspective. You know, like I feel like everything aside, the weight, anything, speed, accuracy, power, that stuff that this kid had already. You know what I'm saying? And what I people don't understand is they want to go out here and talk their smack, but I'm out here. I put $300 for Haney to win a decision. Henry came over here and I had to eat shit. Right? I told you. Right? We all had
Right.
to eat it because nobody knew, and we kept it a buck. So now that we're in this position, there's a lot of things that have been put out. Weight has been a target, and it's because like you start adding things. You start adding things. My perspective, I always said that Devin Haney was gonna have a hard time at 140 pounds. I have this on record in the beginning of doing this channel. I said that he's a young kid or a young man. Sorry, Bill. But he's young, and you got to go in there, and you gotta test them in there with like guys, and then you test them in there with sparring, and you're as a coach, you're putting him in there with former champions, and you're watching your son go, and you see good things, you see bad things. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes remember, there's as a coach, you gotta pull out your fighter when it's needed. You know what I mean? You have to. You have to pull out. Like, this is very important. I don't. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I know Bill don't go hard on me like that because he knows I know shit. You know what I mean? I don't go in there. It's not worth it for me. You know
Right,
what I
right,
mean?
right.
I let other
There's a
channels
code.
do
Right,
that,
there's a
and
code.
then they
You
don't know
keep your
have
integrity.
right. So, but people wonder why people come to the channel to visit, and it's just like, you know, guys, don't discredit people that go out their way, get your information. You know what I mean? It's public information that we're giving out. You know what I mean? You can go research it yourself. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, um, he's Bill Haney's gonna go in. And I just want to keep that in mind, that I look at it. I'm not a father, so he thought I was a father. I'm not a father, but I'm a person that I'm a good person. So I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? But if people got offended that I said that, Ryan was the better man, I was looking at it at that point of view, as far as I think that Ryan Garcia, and then also that Devin fought not the way I thought. I put my $300 that I thought he was gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? I put my $300 thinking he was gonna fight completely different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that being said, you know, um, we're gonna leave it like that. I thought about it more. For me, was game plan. You know what I mean? Looking at it as an outsider like this. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know it, a week go by and things go explode in the internet, and remind you, don't forget about the Mayweather saga with him, and and a lot of things has happened in between that time. Let's be
A big
real.
old circus, man. A big old circus show.
Huge, right?
Hmm.
So now big time reporters are hitting Ryan with the three, coming in 3 pounds heavier, right? But he paid for those, right? So now the belt's not on the line. So now what Haney likes is the belt. That's what he really. I remember Haney when he had the interim, and he used to walk everywhere with it. Remember, he used to have
Right.
that shit everywhere with him, right? So he's like that. I'm the guy that gets titles. That's what I wanna. That's what I wanna be. I wanna get guys that are former champions. But when you analyze it, we spoke upon this a lot on the channel. That he's getting a lot of guys that are smaller coming into the weight class.
A
Now,
lot smaller.
yeah, but as a fighter, right? As a fighter, right? For instance, for me, when I had when I was an amateur, I was sparring some pro that he was 100 and like 20 something pounds, but I was like weighing 100 and like 52 in the amateurs and shit, right? But he's nasty. He's a pro, and I just started. Like I just started. Over time, I'm getting better. Every day I'm getting better. Every week I'm getting better. I'm learning the sport more. But I'm sparring and I'm getting beat up a little bit. You know what I mean? Because he's a professional that he's really good. He was a really good guy. Now over time, me learning the sport and getting better, the shit didn't go like that for a while. A month or two, the shit just changed. He was going home to his wife, and his wife would come to the gym and say, "Why you gave my husband black eyes and this and that?" And she would come at me, and I'm like, "What's going on?" Like he taught me, and then it's like she's basically saying you're abusador. The weight is a lot, so I understand boxing when it comes to this shit. You know what I mean? I know from firsthand that skills pay the bills, but when you have skills and you have weight, so basically the basically what I'm saying is though the professional fighter that I was sparring with, right? He was comfortable going in there with a guy that wasn't experienced. Now, when the experience starts to come in, he's less comfortable. You know what I mean?
Right.
So these guys that are coming into like guys like Jorge Linares, guys like Jojo Diaz, right? Those guys are coming into the weight of uh, Gamboa. Those guys are coming into the weight class, and even in reality, even Lomachenko. You know what I mean?
Right.
Coming into the weight class with so much experience, but coming in there with um like I don't care. That fighter. I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna fight the kid. And like I'm not gonna lie, these guys don't see people are complaining about Regis, right? But and obviously he has his thing and his reasons, but there's a lot of guys that they're not complaining, right? They're not talking about it because maybe obviously they fought in different states and stuff like that with different rules. Cool. But bottom line, they were willing to challenge. They're willing to take the challenge. They
Right.
were willing to do that, with Haney. And some of them are willing to do that shit with Geronte Tank Davis. They'll just get knocked out. That's the only difference. You know what I mean? Um anyway, my thing is that weight bullying is big. That this is huge, and we can go into other fighters that are as well. You know what I mean? Now, steroids and PEDs is horrible for the sport. Horrible for the sport. But weight bullying is something that
It's a form of
you could
PED to me, man.
no, it's a complete big advantage. It's a huge
It
advantage.
is. It's an
It's a
advantage.
huge advantage. Huge. But besides the point, boxing is supporting it. You know what I mean? You have people that are not supporting it, but then you have boxing that's for supporting it, and then when there's more money on the line, there's big weight separation. So basically, what could we do to help the situation? What could we? What could we? That's the meaning of the segment. How can we do better? Not to shit on the fighters. We're not trying to shit on the fighters. You know what I mean? But can we be real that when you rehydrating at 25 pounds and stuff like that, you really not you don't really belong at that weight class.
You don't. I mean, you don't. And look, you mentioned three names. You
And then
mentioned
you're putting someone else in danger if they can't rehydrate like that.
well, exactly, especially if they're not that big to begin with. If it's a JoJo, if it's a Linares, if it's a Lomachenko, what those guys got in common? They all came up from 126. You know what I mean? How much more bigger they're gonna get? They can't hydrate to that 165, bro. That's
They
that's
can't get that.
criminal. That's criminal. And so what can be done? And
Jojo D is coming from 122.
Georgia is from 122. Ahí está. You know, and
Gamboa coming from low, real low too.
Gamboa I know started at what 126. He's
But they're
3 time champ.
willing. But there's no excuse. They're willing to take. They're willing to go in there with him.
Oh yeah, they're willing to go,
But the thing about it that like those are the top wins that the best wins that he got. The best wins that he got, they're all like that. He's way over bigger than all those guys. Way bigger. So why how can I go and talk about his skills when he's not fighting at his
you
weight
know,
class?
right.
How
And the
can I
first time he
measure up
did,
how can I measure up his skills, bro?
mm, and the first time he did, what happened?
And now Ryan Garcia, like, see these guys, if us boxing content creators and fans and can see this shit, what makes you think these teams don't see this shit? What makes you think that like maybe Ryan wanted to just take that as an advantage, and they didn't say it was, but maybe it was. I could see why that. Now looking at the situation, I'm looking at it like now I see why you probably did it because you probably don't rehydrate like Haney. So let me just come up like let me not break myself so much down because I don't hydrate. Now, do you know how much they came in that night?
No, because there was no official secondary weigh-in because Devin Haney did not want that to be exposed.
Chacho, bro, because he has a track record of coming in. You know how he got like that video of saying that I weighed in at 165 pounds because I had my boots on and this and this and that. Like he has a whole video like that.
Yeah, and that's all lies. That's all lies.
The
The
video like
commission, that I know on the zone. Yeah, that's bullshit. The commission will not do that. I mean, no, they're not gonna do that. That's a lie and a half. You know what I mean? This is not a Mickey Mouse thing that they were doing. This is being recorded, for it could be saved on the documents in the court I mean, in the uh, California State Commission records. So no, that's that's not true.
and I'm gonna be real with you, right? Like I don't care like how much PEDs are in your system, whatever. Like, cause an enhancement is enhancement, whatever. But if you have something that's caught in your stuff, regardless, you should be penalized. Period. You know what I mean? Just like everybody else. Period.
I
Yeah.
I mean, it's. I think that's very linear
Even even
in that
even
thought, though.
even if it wasn't intentional. Even if
It
it
it,
wasn't
it it
intentional.
it all
You could
depends
do
on
it. You
it.
could do a 6 month. That's fine. You
I
could do a 6 month. That's fine.
I really believe that it goes down to what are the amounts and what's the track record of those amounts in your body.
Yeah,
That
and
makes a
if it
big difference.
yeah, yeah, and if it wasn't on purpose, and he's saying that it wasn't on purpose, but the thing about it is like the way he's going about it too is
No, no,
fine.
that public
And
enemy
I want
number
to
one
get
with
into the
that.
segment too because I told Bill that Ryan's living in his head, but before I say that, listen to the words he says as well. You know what I mean? Because I
Mm,
think it's important. You know what I mean?
right, right.
And you working hard. Listen, and you working hard to the point that you said, "Man, look, I just got here. I'm working, right? And everybody else been working, right? You just said that. And when you get to the point, and then you find out everybody is cheating, you like, you feel powerful. You feel that they had to cheat, and you didn't to get to where you at. So we feeling good, but also at the same time upset and angry at Ryan and his team and everybody that condones this shit. Do you believe that it was intentional? Very much so. I mean, if you intentionally tell people that you're smoking weed, you intentionally tell them that you're drinking, you're intentionally see how you just did with your nose, you grabbed it, and you did it. See, you see what I'm saying?
So, like I say, Bill, he plays jokes. He likes to find clips. You know, I'm still waiting on my clip. Yeah, I'm still waiting on that. I'm pretty sure it's coming out soon. But if there's some type of respect that he's not gonna do it, That'd be cool.
Hey, did Bill jump anywhere else?
Bill hasn't been anywhere else. I think he was on Fight Hike.
Yeah, but he didn't jump on a panel anywhere, right? I didn't think
No,
so.
no, no, no. That's all I heard.
Coño, exclusive. Para que vean, gente.
It the energy here is just we speak so much real, bro, that
Yeah.
it's like you gotta be like, nah. I gotta hop in because the shit that they're saying is just.
Even Zabby's saying the same shit, bro. He like, just fight. It's fight. Zabby's loving it, bro.
Zab is respectful and he just wants fair boxing. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
that's his godson at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
And regardless of the fact, like we got to push this content for the people. Regardless, we got to push this content for the people. But people got feelings and people have lives after this boxing stuff too. So
Absolutely.
yeah. Daniel Navarrete, thank you for the $5. Why isn't Haney is scared? Option is the reason for no rematch. Haney trying to deceive the public and himself that the PEDs is the reason he got that beating. Bueno, touch up on what Daniel Navarrete dice.
I mean, that's what I was trying to say when you're talking about punishment and all that. I think that that it does depend on what it is. I think a situation that is trace contamination because it's so low that it's of zero consequence of performance enhancing for you. It's just that you had it, and then they got to investigate how much you had in you. And if it's of trace contamination, nothing of high levels, and it has no track record in your body that you've had it for 30 days back, for 60 days back, and that's what the testing was done with the hair follicle. Doesn't show that pattern. Then I think a fine is suffice. A fine and maybe giving some of that fine to the other fighter, right? So I think when it comes to money is gonna deter. Now, if they catch you with some serious stuff, then I think your purse should be forfeited, right? And it's given to the other fighter plus a suspension, and you'll see how they'll change. People who are really taking hardcore steroids or PEDs will change. You take away their purse and you give them a year suspension, and you'll see how that game will change because they're like, no, 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 I'm not gonna take that shit, man. Oh, yeah, hold it. If I get caught, you got to make a deterrent. That's one of the things that I was and me in tuning with Andy Foster from the California State Athletic Commission. He was speaking about why is this such a thing? It's the hardest policy that he's been trying to get through, the hardest policy, and he's just looking for the way that it can make it the strongest deterrent. And part of it is maybe making money a part of it, which is why canceling bouts is a big deal because then the promoters are going to make sure that their fighters and the matchmakers are going to make sure that things are in the up and up, right? And so they want things right and make everybody pay a consequence, and not just the fighter, the promoter too, the managers, let everybody pay a price. Because I know that fighter don't walk in there by himself. He
Right,
don't.
right. I'm even going to drop that video that you sent me as well, so that way the people can see that as well. With the commission.
The one with the commissioner and the
Yeah.
Regis Progress situation.
Okay, go ahead. No. Do your clip. Do your find your little clip. Go ahead. What? No, I'm just saying. Hold on. You be funny like that. We haven't even talked about that clip thing either. You good? No, I'm just saying. You're good. I'm just saying. Don't let me call Ryan Garcia after you though. He's the king of the internet though. Look, so I was watching the build-up of the Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, and one of the interviews, Ryan Garcia came on the interview. He literally said it out of his mouth. I'm gonna try to kill Devin Haney. He said it. I'm gonna try to kill him. We didn't know what he was talking about with the Austrian and the other banned substance. But he knew. Is this before Bill said that he was gonna get killed by Haney? Before the fight. This is before the fight. Before the fight. Okay. With trade contamination. You ready to kill him with trade contamination? One thing that I'm saying is that all four of us brothers that we represent is hard work. We represent family, and ain't nobody cheating. We're not cheating to be us. You know what I'm saying? And we don't represent that. You know what I mean? Old boy done got caught. And I think it's a due diligence and a responsibility that we don't just overlook it and just say it's just cool, because he thinks that his profile and the magnitude of his star power will allow him to create a narrative that it's okay to now cheat. He's openly said that he would want a steroid league, right? And we know that this sport is a sport already that without steroids can get hurt. So we just got to be conscientious, and at the same time,
all right. So
we're gonna.
A man could get hurt. You're right. A man could get hurt. There's been even women that have died in the sport. Um, so but we got to talk about all the reasons why people get hurt in the sport, and honestly, it's not healthy when you drain yourself out of the weight class so much. It's not healthy for your performance. It's not healthy for your health. Um, uh, give you a quick one. I used to be a running back in high school, and then I boxed, and I was real like 180 pounds solid, and I shrunk myself down to 152 pounds. Took a
Oh
lot.
shit,
It
bro.
took, it took a lot to do that too, because I was pure muscle at football as a running back, but I wanted to get down, and I didn't. I'm an amateur, so I'm not necessarily going down, down, down. But we were trying to figure out what would get me the best edge. You know what I mean? This is my first time coming into the Golden Gloves. My first fight was in the Golden Gloves. You know what I mean? So, what can I do to get an edge? And obviously the coaches be like, "Yo, let's get you." Every boxing they want to get you low, 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 especially when you like a high school basketball coach. What they're trying to do, if they're not really skilled at basketball, they're not gonna probably have great plays. So what they're gonna do, they're gonna condition their players and pass the ball. They'll teach them how to do a full court press, things that are athletic, because they know how to do is send them to do suicides and play full court and shit for practice, because it's a shitty coach type of a shit. So coming into boxing, there's a lot of shitty coaches. So and getting in condition is a huge thing into competition, because everybody want to be a boxing coach. To be
Right,
honest,
right.
to,
And those two things are the easiest go-to things to do to
yeah,
get an advantage, get conditioned, and get as small as possible so we can balloon you up. Definitely. I mean, that's the cheat code. That's the cheat code. And even though in some of these sanctioning bodies or state commissions, it's not illegal, but it's cheating though, man. That's cheating. I don't care what anybody says. That's sanctioned cheating, and that's not okay. I mean, like I've said. I mean, I got a son. He does collegiate wrestling, bro. Yeah, he got aspirin. That's okay. We the same weight. Son, go break his back. I ain't got a problem. But he weighs 15 more pounds than my son. Nah, we got hold on. Nah, I ain't gonna do that because I know that it makes a damn difference. I don't care what you say,
it's
especially
not.
when you got skilled fighters. This is not like an amateur versus a skilled fighter. It's two skilled fighters, and one of them has an extra advantage, and that's not right. That's just not right.
And
So
and when you get hit and your brain is dry and it doesn't have enough liquid, it's gonna be easy for you to get that light, that little black light. It's like a light hits you, and then you just go black. Now, remind you, the only reason why I know about this is because I never got knocked out in my life, but I have gotten knocked out in a bike accident. I hit a wall. I hit a wall without a helmet, and I was driving one of these, like, those motor scooters, but that they go really fast. And
right, right, right.
I was drinking, and I hit a brick wall, bang! But I was going wicked, wicked, wicked fast, bro. And I knocked out for 30 seconds, so I kind of know what that felt like. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it is that I was in shape too. Like, I was in shape. I was like really trying to get really thin, thin, thin at the time. and it was just easy for me to just get like dropped, and like it was bad, bro. So that as a fighter and experiencing that, and then and then going back into the ring, and then going back into the ring, getting hit again, and if that experience happens to you again, that does something to you, and that happens in the gym as well. You know, that happens more in the gym, and a lot of people are not going to talk about it. If your fighter gets dropped in the gym, nobody's really going to talk about it unless the people that seen it, and some of those people don't want to lose those relationships. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
So yeah, you
But
won't
but
that
a
shit.
lot of fighters, a lot of fighters are not trained properly, and they end up leaving it all in the gym and not on fight nights. They already come beat up from the gym work because they're trained improperly. And I don't say that from what I've seen, but I hear a lot of the professionals saying the same shit. They see that they abuse these young bucks, and they put them in the grind in the gyms, above and beyond, over sparring, and next thing you know, these guys are burnt out by the time they get into the pros, and they can may only have 20 fights, and maybe that's about it. Why? Because they already been burnt the shit up, in these gyms.
You know, I seen someone on the live saying like on Build Today saying that, oh, Ryan Garcia didn't do that in the amateurs. I'm like, Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney were headgear, and 12 they wore like 12-ounce or 14-ounce, probably 14-ounce gloves. That's what they had on. They had 14-ounce gloves
And
on.
yet, Ryan Garcia was the last person to give Devin Haney an 8 count with with them gloves and headgear, because he gave him an 8 count in them amateurs. He was the last one to do that to him. So what does that
Bottom
tell
line,
you?
bottom line, 8-ounce brand spanking new gloves. You get hit
Woo.
by a puncher, it's over. That's all I'm gonna say. If you punch hard, and the thing about with Haney, he got a lot of heart, but his recovery time is something that I think that I don't think that's something that you could get better at.
And it's
I
very
think,
questionable, right?
I think it's something that I think that's something that just recently probably happened in his career. He probably didn't have his whole career like that. His career was probably majority of his career he was probably fine, but yeah,
You think he's been beat up in them gyms?
them doghouse.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys, they brag about that work. That shit dangerous sometimes, bro. Well, not sometimes. I should.
It's dangerous always, man. So I can imagine. And the thing is, just like you said, he is not going to get better from this. He is not. And it's very, you can see he's very deliberated when he gets hit like that. I mean, it's not like Linares. I mean, Linares connected it nice where it's at, but it wasn't a devastating blow. It was just the end of a 4 punch combination that all first three punches missed, and he just glanced that chin, and he saw what it did. It wasn't like it wasn't nothing like what Garan Garcia
It was
did.
a nice shot. It was a nice shot. It was a shot that he didn't see coming.
He didn't see coming, right? That's what you can say about it. But it wasn't a block. I thought, like damn. No, it was just that he caught him unexpected.
And then
Uh,
the recovery time was
was terrible. He
terrible.
couldn't recover for 2 rounds.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And so it's not that.
And then caught him in round one, like in the first 20 seconds. You know what I mean? If he had like I said, if he had a different game plan, the kid probably would have made me some bucks. But
But when you don't have, and that's the difference about being born with special gifts that you can train and teach. And when you have, natural speed, power, you got size. I mean, and you've never been facing anybody of your own size, nobody of that caliber like that, not a young buck who's 25 years old like you. And now you found out. I say, if you had that fight 10 times, it's gonna go away the same way 10 times. You know, unless you're doing some running around, I guess. You know what I mean? Maybe that's the only way you're gonna survive.
you know what
But
I'm saying? Like right now, like no, they talking about Pitbull Cruz. You feel me? Like I just seen him on on um on Twitter talking about Pitbull Cruz, and it's like that's another small guy. You know what I mean? But it's a good fight for him to win. I mean, I think that he could win that fight. Like I said before, Giovanni Cabrera, I think, showed the game plan of how to beat Pitbull Cruz. I think that he can be able to make that happen. I don't know how much. I think that's a respectable win, but for guys like me that know that Pitbull Cruz to me is not a real guy at 140 pounds. I don't think he holds belts at 140 pounds. I don't think he touches a belt ever again after 140 pounds. This
Right.
I don't think he ever touches a belt after that. He goes back down. Actually, there was rumors of him going back down. You know what I
Well,
mean?
you're right, and so I'm over here thinking like, so you're gonna continue the pattern of what you've been doing in your whole career, fighting smaller guys, or who are not of your weight class, so you can have, a 25 pound advantage. You know what I mean? That we're
But
going
if
back
Pitbull,
to it.
but if Pitbull Cruz signs up for it, it is what it is. You know what I mean? That's cool. You know, it's a good win. Javante Davis fought him. You can't complain about a Pitbull Cruz. I'm not gonna complain. But there's advantages. You know that it's all legal. It's all legal.
Well, yeah, but why
Well,
aren't you calling
it's-
out the guy that's on your same side of a street? There's one
but
guy that's right
Matias
there.
is yeah. But they're gonna leave him alone, Papa. I already told you,
Yeah,
they're never gonna fight Matias. They're never.
bro. I mean, come on, Mills, man. If he beats Matias, it'll erase this loss, man. If he
If he
beats
beat Matias.
Matias, yeah, if he beats Matias, it'll erase this loss.
Bro, if he signs the contract,
Yeah.
if he signs the contract, that shit fucking yeah. Nobody
You
even
make me
cares
laugh,
about.
bro.
Like you gonna
I'm
do
just being the
what?
devil's advocate with it. You know what I
You
mean?
gonna fight who?
But
Damn,
come on, bro.
what the hell happened to you? That
El,
yeah.
el cucuy. Yeah, I'm just saying. So here we go. We're gonna call out another guy
And then
who's
Teal's not. I haven't heard Teal's name in what almost fucking damn. I haven't heard
they don't.
Teal's name in a minute.
Nope. Nope.
That
I
was
think.
supposed to be, that was the first that was the first mega fight at 140, and nobody's talking about it no more.
It's like how
That was the first mega fight at 140.
it should have been.
Yeah.
It should have been. I mean, but hey, I mean, it would have been nice because you know what, they had a good. I mean, Ryan Garcia did what he had to do to promote the hell out of this fight, and look what he's done. I mean, he's taken over the damn sport, bro. I mean, it's just like this is crazy, bro. This is like mania. This is like mania because, like, damn, what this kid has done. When's the last time we had somebody who takes over the sport like he has? Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
We're going to pursue legal damages for sure. Yeah. And to me, because being that box is a combative weapon, and he took something
I love that.
inside the combative weapon, that's not like a 10 murder charge to me. Hey,
I love
you know what I'm
that.
saying? You've been in it a lot longer than us. You've been mentoring us through it. You know what I'm saying? You did Godfather of my absence. You did. So, we get together as a family and as a team and go from there, But what everyone's saying is just, Mill City, you got to understand, it ain't right. You know what I'm saying? That's not the kind of fight you're supposed to go into. It's supposed to be fair. And if we thought that Ryan, looked at Devin and the Garcia team looked at us the same way we looked at him, we wouldn't have did him like that.
So, shit, man.
It's
I've been nice. I've been nice all the way out. I've been nice
no,
all the way out, and I'm gonna continue to be nice. You know what I'm saying? That I know the chat want the fire. I know the chat want the fire, but
but I mean, you see, there's things to it. Like, you're on record saying everybody put your kids to sleep. Don't have nobody watch tune in, bro, because it's gonna get ugly. If he dies, he dies, and now you're crying the victim right here, right? You know, and then he's over here talking about like the one part that he said that it's not right. I feel that pain when he said that part. Like that part, I did
That
feel.
shit hurt me too.
Yeah, I felt that. I'm not gonna lie, I felt that part because that was, and I'm not saying, you guys, there, as much as anybody want to say about this PED thing, I think they were just more devastated that they lost. In period, they're dealing with a loss, regardless of the fact that is what's going through their minds, and that's what they're going through and having to deal with it. This whole PD thing is just is a scapegoat to try to put it as an excuse, but it's not going to erase what we all saw. No matter what happens, no matter what, it's not. We all saw what we saw, you know, and then hearing him say about lawsuit and that's what I wanted. Alright, so now you're talking about lawsuits. So Regis had a contract and thing. You know, he didn't let me get into it, right?
Mm.
He smelled the question coming.
Yeah, and it's just like, you know, like I just like, when he says we wouldn't have did him like that, I'm, he came in professional as far as the weigh-in is concerned, but like as far as like what people came in like in the ring has yet to be announced, or it's never going to be announced.
Mm.
So I mean, I think that's a now I put on a poll. Okay, matter of fact, I'm gonna let you guys continue this.
As a fighter, though, I understand y'all want to get it. You know what I'm saying? One be disqualified and get y'all own back, but don't you want to get it in blood as well? Hey, listen, absolutely. And the thing about it is the things that I can't say the things that I want to do on this right here. That's the kind of blood that I want. You know what I mean? That's the kind of blood that Devin wants. For real blood. Punch the fuck. You talking about blood. So we're gonna go back and then let's say we're gonna do it fair again and he's going to not care and then cheat again. What kind of blood are we talking about? Punch? I mean, what would mean more? I'm talking to Brother Punch. Brother Punch, what kind of blood are we talking about? I mean, it's still the fight game. But the fight game, we go into it the fight game and we say, okay, these are the rules of the fight, and he doesn't obey none of the rules. He cheats the whole way. So if we were looking for legal damages and whatnot in this case, so if that's the case, should we just try? No, the man thinking, nigga, he thinks somebody is a sucker. Let me just tell you, and I don't know if that's HL Day or that's just the echo in me. But listen, let me tell you this though, is it's the echo. I'm not actually hearing. Yeah, but you never know. You know what I mean? Like I'm saying is, you go through life and you're saying is that's what it is. No, it's worth it. He's creating real bad blood. How bad do you want it? You saying, okay, so we're just suckers. We're gonna sign up for it to be fair, and then you're not fair again. So we're just suckers. Or do we tarnish our legacy and say, you know what, we're gonna beat you to the punch, and now we're gonna load up on the steroids and we're gonna come in and take a chance. Which one do you do?
So listen, this is what I want to get into the segment. Like that's the part that I wanted to get into, guys. All right, this segment is to benefit the game. This is everybody want to talk about like what you feel about you know steroids, mills, and boxing's a dirty game. That's how I look at it, and take those words like that. That's as clear as I could get. All right, and then people gonna want to get more and more into it. Then we're gonna keep talking about it more and more. It's a dirty game, guys. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't get it, you have people out here to hide the best people to hide this shit. You don't get caught. You don't get caught. When you get caught, when you get caught. So many people have tested. So and then you get into this part. Then you get into like, people that don't even know they're taking it. Then you got people that they're taking things that are helping them to do things that they didn't know that this thing had in them, and now it's then you got things that are making. There's just so much that can happen, right? But right here, we got Bill saying, "What should we do for the rematch?" Now, this is what's sad about the situation, but I don't know if it's sad or this is the promo stunt, and that's why I put it on the poll. People wanted to, obviously more people wanted to be like, "Yo, Mills, you got to do." Jackie was the first one. She like, "You got to do that poll over. You got to make sure you put butt whooping in one of those on the polls." And I didn't. I wanted people to express how they want in the comments. But this is leading up to the question. And what do you think? Do you think that this is like, because if there's no rematch, this hurts the sport. Me personally, I think that it does. I
It's
think it does because, but but then again, if there's no rematch, are they are
I,
they are they because they think that it could be worse or it could be the same?
um I don't know if they're it just look just the little promos that Bill be doing in them little videos he be putting out and shit. It's just you can definitely see he's not serious about the bullshit he's talking about on those things. It's just he's playing a character, right? You know what I mean? He's playing a character, and so that doesn't look sincere to me. It don't. It's just like, bro, you're playing a character. You know what I mean? You're playing Trill Bill. You know what I mean? That's what you're doing. That's not like serious stuff. You know what I mean? So I mean, I've listened to other people in the game, Shale Sonnen, and he had a segment on this, and he's like 100 believes that this is all a script. He said he's like, and so I like, and it confirmed to what I was thinking early on. Like, yo, this seems kind of like all scripted. The whole thing sounds scripted. Everybody involved that got in from the beginning. The Dan Raphael, Conti's in the middle of this shit, and the certain specific channels and the connections of everybody, and it just seems like it's just too uniform. It seems scripted, and so who knows? I mean, it's hard to tell. Maybe they're trying to see if they could get something out of this to make it a script, but they're hurting at the same time. Maybe you know what I mean? A little bit of both. I don't know. I really I don't know. But I know that if as for me for real, what would have helped Devin Haney was when he went on ESPN and instead of crying that oh boo boo baby me poor me shit, what we want to see from our damn dogs, our warriors, our fighters. Yo, Koto style. You know what I mean?
But this guy
That's
said,
what we want.
Ray Vargas says, "Why rematch a cheater?" Question mark. Ask Miguel Cotto. Get back. That's what I'm saying. It's like Miguel. That was so. Yo, wait. Do you remember the get back for fucking Margarito and Cotto, bro? Did you remember that feeling that you got
Bro, it's uplifting like a motherfucker,
as
bro.
a fan? As a fan, it was like,
Who was sitting down for that fight, bro? Who was sitting down watching that fight, bro? Nobody,
yo,
bro.
métete la cara, métele la cara, métele la cara. You're like, yo, it's for real, bro. Like, get him back, get him back.
Yo, that was
Bonita
crazy, right?
puñeta. Huh?
Yeah, it was crazy, bro. So imagine he would have done that, and like, yo, you know what? I felt he cheated. I think he probably did me wrong, and that was our advantage. But you know what? I want to get him back. I want to beat his ass. I want to tear him up. Now I know what's up, and I ain't running from this smoke. Guess how his fans be instead of his fans right now, like the Haney beehive on the chat crying. You crying like the Gen Zs and shit. You cry babies. Y'all be like warriors in the chat. Yeah, we can't wait till we get our lick back. We
Yeah,
can't wait till we get ours. Oh, you wanted to make fun? That's cool. We're gonna get our lick back, and then we're gonna come back and clown your ass. That's how you guys be talking about right now.
it's clean.
Oh, he's a cheater. The hair follicle and the I don't and all this crybaby shit. You know what I mean? We don't want to hear yo man. Tell him you what our guy's gonna come. He's gonna whoop your dude's ass. He's gonna make him pay. That and guess what? Had he done that on ESPN, I think his this would have been a different story right now. It would have been a different energy. I think that his fans would have been uplifted. I think that they would have been on a mission. He was on a mission, and then instead of being on this crybaby pouting shit like a battered whatever, man. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
And I'm glad that people came out and said Kodo, and shout out to DJ3 for the $2. Devin not built like Kodo Mills. You know that. I mean, facts. Obviously, I knew that. I mean, but
But we want to see him like that. You know what I mean?
we still want to see the best out of the kid. Like I think that he could fight Ryan Garcia and do a better performance than that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to be more defensive. You can't be coming in like that. You know what I mean? I like the heart. So now, at least now I got to see that out of the boy. I like that. You know what I mean? That
But
was I was more of a fan. I bet $300 on him to win, and then I lose my money, and then I became more of a fan, and then all these people in the comments are going nuts. Like these guys are retarded. Some of these people, they're so emotionally attached to one fighter instead of boxing.
yo, you saw me change my tune watching the Norman Jr. fight, bro. What was I saying that was coming to that fight? What was I saying, bro? Santallin's gonna knock Norman Jr. out. He's gonna stop that kid. And then in the middle of the fight, I'm seeing him picking it up and like that. And what I was like, yo, get my respect. Get my respect. Get him out of there.
And then what did his dad? His dad comes onto the show the next day and says, "I told you so, Mills. You had my boy losing. You had Giovanni beating my boy."
And we ate it
You see
up.
what he did? He came in and he do that. And same thing with Bill. He'll pull up. So respect the fact that, guys, you getting the good content, man. Smash that like button. Show the love, yo. For real, show that love.
Yo, it's crazy, man.
Let's get into it. Let's finish this up.
But I'm saying I understand it 100% what you're saying. But if you go that the blood they got really want, you know what I'm saying? He need a foot in his ass so he have blood in his stool. What do you think would make a more of a statement, though? What do you think will make more of a statement? You said only one man. You said only one man. You said the street. Listen, you're not gonna get nothing out of that. That lying, no good, cheating. You know what I mean? Do anything. 1 minute he's gay. 1 minute he's straight. 1 minute he's alcohol. 1 minute he's not. 1 minute he has health problems. Mental health problems. 1 minute he's not. 1 minute he's on PEDs. 1 minute he's not. I mean, listen, bro. Come on, man. He's living in your head, Bill. No, he's not living in my head. He's not living in my head. He's not living a right boxing lifestyle, brother. But his son, Henry, came on here saying that he believes that he's not mentally stable. Well, listen, have him get some help because he probably isn't. And let me tell you this too, is that I believe that if he's not mentally stable and they know that he's not mentally, and he's getting help, then he's also on medication for that too. He's on mental medication, which are amphetamines that make you go and go and go and go and go fast stuff. Amphetamines, right? Are you saying that's what you heard that he's taking on the list? Prescription medication that he's taking is what you're saying? What I'm saying is if his parents are saying that he has a problem, then that's another medication that you can put on the list of possibilities that he'll soon be taking, if not taken already. I don't know him to be taking any, but what I'm saying is, when you start talking about all those other psych meds and all those other things, well, now you start talking about more drugs. Well, the WBC wanted him to get the evaluation. He got the evaluation and he passed those evaluations. No. I don't know. I don't know if it was but what I'm saying is a evaluation versus a drug test is different. No. I was just talking about the mental. Remember, he took the evaluation that the Yes, but there are only a certain amount of drugs that are being tested. Performance enhancing drugs and stuff like that. I don't know the full gamut, but I'm not worried about that. What I'm talking about is the drugs, the performance enhancing drugs that he has taken, and the IV that he took before the fight.
Isn't that weird, that part?
Is that the what?
I- isn't it that weird what he said though? You didn't catch it?
Yeah.
Isn't VADA the whole gambit that tests for everything? But now he's saying he don't know that they don't test for everything. I thought VADA was number one that tests for everything. But now he's saying that he doesn't know.
I mean, weren't they referring to mental health?
No, you're talking about the what they test for,
Oh,
or
oh, oh,
with the drugs and everything, right? Because the thing is, what would have came out if he was doing, I know they were accusing him of cocaine and smoking marijuana. That would have showed up.
oh.
All that stuff would have showed up. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. But then he's saying that. That's what I'm saying. I don't. What's the truth about this VADA?
Mm.
What is the truth? You know what I mean? So now Bill says he doesn't know what they're testing for, and that sound like I thought you guys promoting VADA as like the end all be all of all, wanting to search for everything. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Bill. Shout out to Bill for pulling up. Um,
Absolutely.
uh, you know, he gave us some time, but we had some more questions. Hopefully, he'll be back, right? So anyway, Jaylene James, thank you for the $5. Dev said he don't want the rematch right now, but Dev asked for it before he found out Ryan was juicing. I think Dev is going to rematch him. See, then you have fans like that are thinking like that. That's nice. You feel me? But when you go out and say, nah, you shouldn't do the rematch and shit like that, I just don't understand it, HOD. I just
No,
don't.
bro. Look, I'm gonna tell you, I couldn't, man. Like I couldn't. Look, when my favorite fighter lost this fight, right? And I understand that he just couldn't make that weight, and I get it. But if the opportunity to roast to get it, let's get it. Let's get it.
Some
You know what
guys
I
you
mean?
don't fight back because they just got you.
No, no, a devastating type of like, and maybe like we don't know, bro. This kid's
Like I
gonna
ain't
have to.
trying to have like Cotto fight Pacquiao again. Like that was bad.
No, no, bro. That
That
talking
was
about
bad. That was my
talking
guy. Cotto
talking
fight
about talking about sitting in the couch real deep, bro, with your head down, like oh,
Diablo.
that
Like
was a
damn. Me
it was
pan
nothing.
like
It was
whoa.
nothing like the Margarito fight. but but there's just so many things, guys, and I'm just saying at least to keep the energy positive. I wish you'd have came out. But on a serious note, he a beating like that, you have to have some post traumatic stress. You know what I mean?
It's true.
You're gonna have it, bro.
That's when he said you gotta feel for what he's thinking right now. I felt for
Well,
Bill.
as the loss, yeah, you got whooped. You know what I mean? You got whooped a
But he was talking
devastating
about
fashion.
Devin, like Devin. He was talking
You're
about Devin.
right, and
Got
like that. So I can understand he's gonna be going through the and like any look that's any champion who has an O, who's confident in himself, and when they lose that first time, and if they lose, it hurts. It's gotta fucking hurt. It's gotta hurt. It plays mind games on you. And if you don't know how to cope with those things, and the the negative thoughts, the negative feelings, it'll consume you. It will consume you. And so I mean I can definitely understand he's going through, and then he's going through everything he's going through, and bro, the whole look, even Regis Progress was saying how he feels bad for him, bro, because the whole world is
La
on
cosa
him.
está mal, bro. Man, like how life is, bro. Cause let's be real. If he just say the Loma fight he lost, I don't think he would be doing any of this. And it was a close fight, regardless. You feel me?
Imagine had he
Like
done the
you
rematch
just lose.
instead.
You lose to Loma. You lose to a great guy. It's Ryan Garcia.
Mm.
It's Ryan Garcia también. It's like, oh, it's Ryan Garcia. He hasn't proved anything yet in the sport, but tú sabes, he
Yeah,
nice.
it's a
He nice.
difference knowing
He
that I
nice
lost
with
to
it too.
Lomachenko
Yeah.
than to Ryan Garcia. Absolutely, it's a big difference. Absolutely, it's a big difference. It didn't it's like when Cambosos got his ass whooped by Lomachenko. he didn't feel bad for himself. Like, man, I lost to a fucking legend, bro. I lost, like, I felt the sincerity that he's not embarrassed of that loss, of that ass whooping. I lost to a Hall of Famer, all time great style type of fighter, and there was no embarrassing thing about it for him. You know what I mean? At all. So I mean, I know what you're trying to say with that. Since it is Ryan Garcia, the TikToker, bro, that kid is crazy on Twitter, bro. That kid is just, he's out there, and so you see that character that he personifies out there, and then you lose to him. You hurting. I know you hurting. I know you hurting. Pride wise, you're hurting. Pride wise, mental wise. Who knows where the physicalities is with what he took. Um, is he eating himself out of shape right now? I don't have no idea, bro. But the way he looked on ESPN, he looked every bit of like 185, 190, man.
Yeah,
So
he's a big man.
is he eating like a dog, and like or is he, is he back to getting in shape? I mean, I don't know. Who knows where he's at?
Yeah, I don't know, and I don't think uh breaking his breaking himself down to these weight classes is good for this kid anymore.
He's young enough to me personally. Me,
He should
if I
take
was him,
some good time off though. If I
he should
was him,
take
I
a
would.
year off, year and a half off, bro. Take a year and a half off. Look, when he got hurt, when he fought Santiago after they gave him that belt, and he injured his shoulder in that fight, he didn't fight till the next year's December. You know what I mean? I
Hmm.
think this kid should take the rest of this year off just to recoup, stay in shape. I'm not saying not to do nothing, but
Hmm.
then really solidify a game plan with a coach, and train all year with a new regimen. You're practicing everything new, everything daily 1,000 time repetitions, daily 1,000 time repetitions on a new game plan of what you're gonna do until you can build that muscle memory and new skill. That's what he needs, and then come back at the end of next year. And he's young, bro. He's only what, 26. I mean, come back next year, man. If I was him, I'll come back next year. But I would for sure have a game plan. Who's gonna be my new number one trainer in my corner, teaching me a new game plan. Not getting rid of Bill. We're not saying none of that. We're just saying having a new number one coach. Bill is a solid number two, and he's the mouthpiece, bro. He's a Haney seller, bro. So he's never gonna lose his spot.
Mm. New caller coming in. We got Bobby Harris. What's going on, Bobby?
Shout out Mill City.
Salute, bro. Yo, listen. I don't know if you've been listening in on YouTube, but we talking what you think about Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney in this the steroid situation, and then also, do you think that the steroids was the reason why Ryan Garcia lost? I mean, Ryan Garcia won.
Well, to answer the second half of your question, I feel that Bill Haney is the reason why Devin Haney lost.
Damn.
Bill Haney put a lot of pressure on his son before the fight, in my opinion, saying all these drastic things like, I'm sending my son out here to kill this man, you know? So his son had a lot on his back to really back his daddy up. And when, we all know Ryan Garcia got that left hook. So what's up, man? What's up? What's going on? So when Ryan Garcia dropped Devin Haney for the first time, I'm thinking to myself, okay, so where's all the shuffling now? Where's the foot movement now? Where's that jab at? And Devin Haney really tried to show that dog. I think due to the fact that he was trying to back his daddy up and all this, I'm sending my son out there to kill him stuff, you know? That's what happened. I think that's exactly what happened, you know? I think Devin Haney is too. I mean, I know it's his father, but he needs somebody in the corner with actual ring experience. because when things like that happen, only a certain amount of people understand what's going on in the ring. And Devin Haney Devin Haney could have been a phenomenal fighter, and he could have ended up winning the fight if he just used his ring IQ. Because I honestly think he's a better boxer than Ryan Garcia. But his daddy really let him down. Exactly what he's a better boxer. Period. Exactly. He came in with the wrong game plan. His daddy Ryan Garcia, he wanted to fight before the fight. He shouldn't have went in there and tried to box with that man. Period. That's because the way he lost, that's where it keeps they got to run it back. Respectfully, that's the only way you can win it, because whatever drug he did take, I just can't speak too much on it because I don't know the backstory behind whatever the drug is called. But at the end of the day, he caught the man within the first 20 seconds with a left hook. And that's the main thing that everybody know about boxing. Ryan Garcia, for sure. He was coming with the left hook, for sure. So it just leaves too many question marks to me. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to say that the drug did that, but everybody know Ryan got power. Everybody know Ryan got power. Respectfully. That was the only thing that Ryan could really do was swing when Devin Haney is swinging. You know, if he tried to box him, everybody know he wasn't going to be able to maintain a boxing match with him. Devin Haney came in there. He was a man to his word. He said he was going to meet him in the center of the ring. That was that's why he lost like that. I don't want to speak on like drugs and all that, but at the end of the day, Ryan didn't do nothing different than what he did to Tank, tell you the truth. He did it. If you look at the fights, you want to say weight drain, whatever, at the end of the day, the man went in there and do what he always do, and that's try to come forward and catch you with the left hook. He got a right hand too, but at the end of the day, everybody know when you talking about Ryan Garcia, a left hook is in that sentence. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, the man he's very fast. Oh, he got clipped. He got clipped in the first one.
Yeah, these are all new people too. These are all new people.
Hey, Mills, you and I, we were trying to play the neutral part. We were trying to do
now the people are gonna let it go. Now let the people go. Yeah.
The people are speaking their facts.
With the wrong game plan, that shit is bullshit, bro. He got clipped in round one, true enough, but he proceeded to win the next 4 to 5 rounds. And he got clipped again, my nigga. That nigga was on that shit. You can hit clean by a nigga, goddamn me, who on motherfucking PEDs. Nigga, you don't know what that shit feel like. I gotta take that 50% of it. I respect it. Look, because I don't know what how much the PED has to come into play. I honestly don't know. I mean, if the PEDs was the reason why he knocked him out, and PEDs are not, Devin Haney was not the best Devin Haney that night due to his father's antics before the fight. I can guarantee that. Man, if that man would have went out there and worked that jab, hey, he wouldn't have looked all he had to do was that man tried to do it in the middle of the ring. My nigga, he gonna get hit in a fight.
He would have given himself an opportunity had he had his game. It's not to say he's gonna win the fight, but he would have given himself the opportunity to win the fight. And he didn't by trying to be a Ryan Garcia toe-to-toe with him.
I'm not going against it. It was a 50-50 fight without nobody being on no drugs. When it coming into the fight, respectfully, it was a 50-50 fight with me. All the antics that Ryan Garcia was actually pulling, he still had the skills. Punch of chance.
He knocking everybody out in his resume.
Yeah, we not taking that for Ryan. What we saying is this man, according to the statistics, this nigga tested positive, bro. For sure. And he, with him already being able to crack, that shit didn't do nothing but enhance his ability to crack, bro. But it's the way. Respectfully, I don't know if nobody boxed before, but respectfully, I understand to a point. It's the way that he got beat. Like, I'm not saying, hey, the drugs, he probably made him a little bit more powerful, but it wasn't like Ryan was skillful and done him like that. No, hell no. He just basically done what he actually do, and in the plethora of punches, he didn't really just whoop Devin.
So now people in the chat are here saying that why didn't Ryan Garcia use PEDs to fight Tank? Like, wouldn't that be the best opportunity for him to, for Ryan to win the big win in his life? Or does he do the big win of his life, loses the big win of his life, and is desperate? Like, what do you think it is?
It ain't got nothing to do with that. He got a completely different group of people around him right now than he did when he fought Tank.
Okay.
Which is why I bring it right back to his dad, because his dad should have been on the right shit. He got too cocky with his son, and he should have put the rehydration clause on him. He should have been checking him for the PEDs. He should have made sure that he made the 140 pound, and he should have made sure he did shit the right way. Because he wanted to say, okay, no rehydration clause, he can come in 3 pounds over. We got this shit in the bag. My son come kill him. Look at the consequences we had. Maybe that's why Mayweather did put rehydration clauses. Maybe that's why Mayweather. See, that's the problem. There's too many quits. So it's a fair fight. So it's a fair fight every time.
But you guys got to understand that it was Team Haney who did not want to have a secondary weigh-in on the next day. They didn't want to because they didn't want to get exposed for being the weight bullies that they do, coming in 25, almost 30 pounds heavier.
They was doing that under the impression that man ain't never been hit before like this. He have never been hit by nobody with some power.
He's never fought anybody of his own size, of his own age, with that with being a young buck. You know, he never has.
None of that shit matters when a nigga on PEDs. He gets some power of somebody that's just as big as him. So it's a lot, like I said, it's a lot of red flags in it.
No, and I hear you. I respect what you're saying, bro. IGV boy 999. But the thing about it is that we gotta go and speak upon what we do know. We don't know. Like, I don't know. Respectfully, I don't know if you gotten punched by a guy with PEDs, but I haven't. But I can't speak upon that.
Do you know what steroids do to you? Everybody knows somebody who's been on steroids.
Yeah, I fought a dude on steroids. I just don't know if he didn't punch before he did steroids. I can't tell you if he punched harder or less.
But he wasn't on steroids, guys. He was on a
And steroids he wasn't on anyway. PEDs is
he was on a drug that's put on the prohibited list.
I think it tarnishes his win. You feel
It
me?
just does.
I think it tarnishes his win, but as a fan, right? Because I don't know if you're one of these fans that don't want to see the rematch. Are you one of those fans?
The rematch gonna happen regardless, because Devin barely making 140 right now. Even if Ryan move up, they eventually gonna see each other again, bro.
So you think about the poll? Like, you think that this is a gear up for that?
Let me say this. Eddie Hearn said Boots got 2 to 3 fights tops at 147, then he moving up. That don't leave nothing but Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia at 147. For real. That fight gonna happen again regardless, whether it happen next or whether it happen another year from now. There's a lot of money behind the fight, so
yeah, but do you want to see the rematch now? That would probably be the
yeah, but all the it's not gonna happen now regardless.
No, but that's not the question, my man. Just asking, do you as a fan, do you want to see the fight now, or you like, nah, that's okay, nah, maybe later? Do you want to see it now or not?
Back. Would you want Devin to get it right back?
Bro, it's a hypothetical question, bro. Why are we even talking about that? We know he's not gonna fight no time soon.
No, we're asking you as an opinion, as a fan. Would you want Devin Haney? We trying to test your temperature. That's what we're doing.
Of course.
Okay. So that's cool. But there's a lot. I don't know if you've seen the comment section, but 40 to 50% of his fans, they don't even want him to fight Ryan. And so not everyone feels the same way.
On like the boxing community, bro, like this shit was big, and then it come out like he tested positive, bro. Okay, number one, he pulled all those different antics. That was a red flag. But we was able to put that behind because he put on such a beautiful performance. Then you tarnish it again by testing positive. So now people really don't want to see Ryan, period.
So I think the positive is what matters. I think the antics, all that stuff, That's just part of mental warfare. Let's be honest. We're not playing soccer here.
My man said nobody want to see Ryan. Bro, the guy is literally the face of boxing right now with this
That's why
craziness.
I asked Bill. I said, "You think he?" And it was a serious question. It wasn't even a funny question. Do you think Ryan's living in your head? This is a real serious question.
What would make you ask a question like that? How could you ask something like that, bro? What has Ryan did that could possibly make you think he and Bill head?
Why not?
You see the interview?
Have you seen the interviews?
Bro, it's like you acting oblivious to the fact that he tested positive, like it's not a big thing.
Did you see the interview, my man?
See, you're running around. You're moving the goalposts.
You didn't see the interview.
How?
Did you see the interview?
Yeah, I seen it. And Bill said he had to get out. He said he had to get out the live.
Yeah, because he was busy. He had to leave or something.
So he didn't answer your question. He didn't answer your question.
What question
Yeah,
was it? What question you're referring to, bro?
You asking him if the fight was gonna happen again? Right?
No, my question was for him, and let me repeat it. That if I said that is Ryan Garcia living in his head? That's what I asked him. That's what I asked him. You asked me why would I ask him a question like that? Before I asked him that question, he's speaking upon the antics. He's speaking upon that, hey, one day he's gay, one day he has mental health, one day he loves steroids, one day. So, of course, I'm going to ask him, is he living in your head? Because these are the things that now, when you go and say that all these antics and that he goes overweight, and then you take a 1.5. But then you guys want to talk about weight, but then but hold on. But do you really want to talk about weight? That's a real question. That's
500,000, bro. It wasn't 1.5.
500. It was 1.5, brother. It was 1.5. 500,000 a pound. A pound.
Yeah, that's what they agreed on, but it actually came out to be 500,000 flat. Oscar said it.
Regardless, yo, bro, you're taking money to say okay, and I'm gonna keep my belt on top of it.
No, you're taking money
to proceed to make this bout happen.
Under the impression that he's not on steroids. If this nigga knew he was on steroids, he would not.
He wasn't on steroids, bro. You keep on saying that he was not on steroids.
It's not about that. Is that even before that, we don't know anything about that. You're taking the money and we're gonna fight, and he agreed to fight. You couldn't. You didn't need to fight. There was a
He
lot
could
of
have
money.
said, "I want to fight Barboza instead."
Yeah, I could have fought Barboza, but there's a lot of money on the line, right?
Any other fighter would have did that shit, bro. Any other fighter would have did that shit.
Okay,
all right, so you got to accept your decision.
Validate the fact that this nigga took steroids, bro. Aspirin is a steroid.
Yeah, it's wrong. It's wrong that it's in the system, bro. But and we're saying that it discredits the win.
Bro, it's wrong that he took that shit. We gotta hold.
I just said that.
Bro.
I just said that.
You said it's wrong that it's in the system. Now we gotta hold this nigga 100% accountable.
But wait a minute. How do I know he did it on purpose?
Bro, he tested positive. He's a professional athlete. He has to watch that shit, bro.
Okay.
He has to know that
So then you don't think that nothing happens by mistake, is what you're saying?
I'm not saying that, but as a professional athlete, they are
That's
held
what I'm
to
saying.
a certain standard. That's why they are professionals, my nigga.
Yeah, I understand that, but this is a dirty game, bro. This ain't the NBA.
Yeah, because they talking about like how people. Bro, you got $30 million, bro. You got the ability to put the correct people around you, bro. You got the ability to prevent that shit, bro. You just made $30 million. It's not like amateur and you don't got the means to make it. No, you are a high level athlete, bro.
He's not in a position that it's a life and death situation that he could be broke to take this. No, he's not in that position. He's rich.
100%. What does that have to do with it? Make sure that you have the right people around you.
Well, I'm just talking about the before the test, bro. Even before the test, you're talking about everything that happened before the test. I'm still breaking that down for you.
Well, I already understand that. We're at the point now where he's tested positive for Oscar. So everything that he did
tarnish the win that we just said already.
Exactly. So
But I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna get into if he took it on purpose or not, and this and that. It's wrong. How many times do I got to say it though?
So let's just hold him accountable and let's put the ifs, ands, and buts. Period, bro.
What do you mean the is best? But I want to see the rematch. No, I want to see the rematch.
Oh, that's going to happen. Everybody want to see it.
Okay.
Devin was watching him. He was up 5-1, and he happened to get clipped again by a nigga who was on steroids. And that's just that.
It was just the steroids, right? The steroids made Devin Haney not be able to see left hooks.
Salute to my brother Zab Judah in the building. Zab seen the commercial.
I got a question for you guys. You know, Ryan Garcia not on steroids. Do you think Devin Haney still gets clipped with that left hook? I believe so, respectfully. I hate to, it's just a style. It's a style. The man has the speed and the counter ability to really catch him with it. It was all about him not getting caught with it. Before all the steroids and everything, that was the only thing that Ryan really had was his speed and his counter ability. Did you guys see any adjustments out of Devin Haney? That's why it goes deeper, which brings a flag to say, honestly, it wasn't no adjustments. It wasn't no adjustment. I'm sorry.
That's what the PEDs does. It makes your opponent forget how to do adjustments.
Hey, I'm pretty sure that's being sarcastic, but I'm saying
I'm just trying to keep it afloat. You know what I mean? I don't want to be so serious.
Salute to Rachel Dornaire. What's going on, Rachel?
My head hurts. You guys are making my head hurt. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
What is it? The volume or is it the topic?
It's the topic. I just don't think. I just don't think that we can like separate it. Like I don't know who it was because YouTube doesn't show you who's talking when they're a avatar. But like we can be honest to say that the game plan that Ryan had, regardless of what he took or what he's gotten hit with, and the +3, they something regardless +3 and
Signal kind of going.
is she breaking up, Rachel? I think you're breaking up.
Are you driving? Are you driving, Rachel?
Oh, here, hold on. Sorry, it doesn't.
Your signal.
Yeah, very bad signal. Yeah, very robotic.
Is that better? No, I can't hear her. Is that better?
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Now you're better.
Okay. I had to connect to the Wi-Fi. I just got home. So yeah, I just don't understand why we can't just say like, hey, regardless of the PEDs and the +3, which I don't agree with, right? Can we say that he still would have gotten hit with the left hook because Devin's right hand was 8 inches away from where it should be?
Yeah. Right.
I think we could just say that. Why can't we just say that? I don't think that you have to be like so on one side of the story. That's what I've been trying to say. Yeah,
Rachel, but you know PEDs make your opponents not see the left hook.
Wait, what?
You know that PEDs don't let your opponent see the left hook.
Yeah, no, and that's what I keep saying. I was like, explain to me, like, and of course, I wasn't in Devin's camp, so I have no idea who his sparring partners were at the time. But if you split the face in half, and it's a left and right side of the face, his right hand was to the left side of his chin when it should have been closer to either the right side of his chin or his right ear, like a phone. The PEDs and the +3 would have never negated that. Now, can we go into the whole fact of, well, he hit harder? Yes, we can. I mean, I don't really want to get into that because I don't know. I don't understand what these things do. But we can say that the placement of the hand still didn't defend against the only thing that everyone ever said that Ryan had, which is what? The left hook. Right. I'll say this, and it's not always the fastest, not always the strongest. It's always going to be the smartest person that wins the fight. And Devin Haney was not the smartest that night. And that's why he lost. Whether Ryan Garcia was on steroids or not, Devin Haney was not in the right state of mind and did not have the right game plan in that fight, and that's why he lost. Whether Ryan was on steroids or not.
Yeah, I think that, like I said, I think like this discussion is so polarizing because it's like you have to be 100% on Ryan's side or 100% on Devin's side, and really like we can have a discussion where you can give credit, which I told Henry, I give him credit. I gave him a gold star for what he accomplished, because his game plan and his implementation of the game plan was what won him the fight. So, but do I, on the other side, not agree with the +3? No, I didn't like the +3. Do I not agree with the positive test? I also don't agree with that. But I think we can have a separation. It's okay not to completely be like blinded by fandom at this point and give credit to where credit's due. So we can give credit to both sides. And I just don't understand why we can't just do that.
I give 100% credit to Ryan Garcia. He did his thing and he fought his fight.
He proved me wrong.
No, the only question mark there is that if does Devin Haney go down when he gets hit with that left hook if Ryan Garcia did not test positive? That's the only real question mark. Does he go down or does he take that shot and keep fighting?
Yeah.
And that has to do with or he went down because he was on steroids or he went down.
And then what sucks is that if we don't get the rematch, we don't get to see that.
Exactly.
Or Rachel, do you think this is a big build up for a rematch?
I mean, listen, like I know, like okay, guys will be guys. I get that. You guys want to take your licks back in blood, right? But I mean, at the same time, this is not just a free for fight where you can get your lick back without having to enrich the other person. Now, if Ryan Garcia was going to come in and say, you know what, screw this, 100%, I'm going to fight for free. I'm going to give all my purse winnings, like in a contract, to a, I don't know, Save the Children Fund or whatever, then maybe that will be different. But because you're enriching someone for cheating, I'm not going to say cheating, for disregarding the rules in the first fight, how do you know, number one, he's not going to disregard it the second time? And that number two, that there isn't going to be, this positive test. So I understand why would you want to? It's the same way where Nonito canceled the fight with Casemiro because he didn't want to sign into the VADA program in the time that we were saying. So he said, he's like, why am I to give you a paycheck? I'm your biggest payday, bro. You could go sit on the side. You could go fight Rigondeaux for pennies and have at it.
Mm. Yeah.
Zab Judah on the live. Shout out Zab Judah, man. I'm hyped right now.
Salute my brother, Zab Super, 6-time division champion, former undisputed welterweight champion from Brooklyn, Super Zab. Oh, what? Judah, my girlfriend, she upstairs, my bad.
Yeah.
She might be coming.
Judah, the man. Don't get in trouble, my guy.
Hey, Jalen Love's in the chat too. I just saw him join. Hey, Jalen.
Hey, I got a question for you, champ. Hey, Rachel, how are you, Zab?
Is that Zab?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up? Oh my God, I missed you forever.
Damn. How?
What? All this time that you end up changing up, you haven't been with Zab?
Damn, I did that whole intro for nothing?
No, I didn't know why you were doing it. You said he was in a chat, so I thought you were meaning like he was still in the chat because I saw him chatting.
No, you only do that for a special moment.
So everybody know that this is my family. No need to Rachel is my family, guys. Trust me. Word. This is my family, everything. No joke.
That's what's up.
I appreciate you. I miss you.
Yeah, I miss you guys too, definitely.
What do you think about this? There's been so many lives and things like that. Do you believe that we can give credit to where credit's due, but also hold accountability to what the situation we are in? Like, can we be on?
So my thing is this: when you're preparing for a fight and you're doing it the right way, 100%, doing sleeping, eating, writing, training, doing the right way, and you have no militia in your heart, is dope. But when you put the first drop of anything in your system, now it turns malicious. Why? Because you're looking to hurt the person. You're looking to enhance everything that you have. So that when that thought and that moment even starts right there, that's when I tap out, because I'm like, nope. No matter what you're doing, it's not from your heart. You're not doing it from your soul. You're cheating. It does not matter. I don't give a fuck. You put the weakest steroid PED in your system. You try to enhance yourself in order to have the edge on another person. That is not the idea of the game. So that's what does it for me, especially a fighter that was in a situation where I almost died fighting a guy on PEDs. I just look at it different. The moment you insert this situation in your system, it turns malicious. Now, anything malicious is intent to hurt, intent to kill. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing this the regular way, and you putting in the regular training, taking the regular real supplements, now you're doing it the real legit way. You train hard, you go home, you praying, you got God, you got training, you got you got belief. That's the difference from trying to put. I don't give a fuck what it is. If it's banned, leave it out your system. Anytime you try to put the low, if you fucking take Annihilator and Annihilator is something that's gonna enhance you to be a super machine, then you're wrong for that, because you know the probability and causes that this situation can do and cause. That's all I'm saying. It's already dangerous enough, so. That's right. That's the point that draws the line for me. The person that takes the time out and put that shit in their system and goes in the ring and try to defend it, that's bullshit.
No, I completely respect what you're saying, and I'm on that side, because if anything, if Nonito was in that same position, I'd be fighting tooth and nail. I mean, like, I don't take anything lying down. That's for damn sure. But all I'm saying is, like, did the PEDs or the positive test or any of these things, it didn't negate the fact that Devin's hand was in the wrong position. I feel weird about that, because we know that anyone that fought Nonito, who's another big
Bobby, I'm going to get you back in.
Whoever his opponent was always had their hand glued to their ear, right? And it just seemed like Devin took that chance of not putting his hand in the proper position. And I don't think that had to do anything. I understand what you're saying. Like, if you're going in the ring to, of course, to try to kill and then, enhance yourself 100%. But his enhancement, even if there wasn't power behind it, Devin still didn't defend against his placement of his right hand. Didn't defend against what Ryan's biggest punch supposedly was. Is all I'm saying.
And I commend Devin Haney for being hurt round one and in there with a superhuman and still managed to make it to the 12th round and over. I mean, that was incredible, because we can definitely see that in the first round when he got hit, he got knocked out of his marbles. But because of his great superior condition, he was able to hold on and pull it out and make it to the 12th round. But anybody else, bro, they would have been sleeping night on the ground.
Damn, Zap dropping the mic today. Tonight is his night.
He must be on a good cigar.
What cigar you smoking on?
You know it.
What do you? Zam, what do you think about that whole? I don't know what you call it. The turtle shell that Ryan does. Like, what?
The California roll.
The California roll.
What do you think of that? Like, do you feel like that is an illegal move? Do you feel like the ref should have been more hands-on and, like, saying, like, bro, you can't turn your back completely to the other guy, because he did it before.
Well, I mean, you know what it is, Rachel, in that defense, I gotta come to Ryan's defense. When you're in that ring, and you come up with a game plan, and you realize my game plan is not working that I worked on, I gotta find something to allow me to make it 12 rounds. I gotta do something. If it's bent at the waist, if it's turned at the waist, if it's spin around pivot, I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to make it. And Ryan felt that, you know what I'm saying, this little whatever he was doing was gonna be a helper in him. So maybe he did it the first time and it was a success and he just kept it up. He kept it up.
Salute to J. Leon Love that just entered the live as well.
I'm the champ. What's up, my guy?
And salute to Brian Courier for the $5. This is about to stir up something right here. This super chat right here. The 6 billionth of a gram of ostrium is very low. It does not enhance his performance. Everything is pointing to contamination. You have to be neutral.
Does not matter. It does not matter. You know why? If you put crack cocaine in your system, and I put crack cocaine in my system, because we have two different systems, we're gonna have two different allergic reactions. We're gonna have two different outbursts. You know what I'm saying? Two different situations. So yeah, listen. When you put this shit in your system and you try to go in there, it's a maliciously situation, and it's bad for the sport.
Well, I think
it's banned for a reason. It's banned for a reason. That's why it's banned. I mean, the shit is banned. It means don't put it in your system. It can help you be Superman. That's it. It takes you from Clark Kent to Superman. You know what I'm saying? Stop that. You know, do it the regular right way. If you're gonna fight Clark Kent in the fight, you beat Clark Kent. If you're gonna be Superman, y'all mutually agree upon this. Y'all can mutually be Superman together. Now y'all going in and find out who got the best super juice. You know, that's it. You know, fair playing grounds.
Well, and I'll say this, that they're like, you know, I'm not going to argue like with the 6 billionth of a gram, whatever thing, but what are you going to say about the masking agents? Because there are also agents that people are taking that are banned substances that are masking agents, and they're not going to give you an edge to fight, but it's still not supposed to be. It's a banned substance for a reason, whether it's masking or whether it's making that fighter stronger like steroids. The whole point is that they're banned for a reason in whatever capacity that you're taking it. It's just banned. That's it.
100%, Rachel. 100%. The shit is banned. It's on the list. Don't put it in your body. The moment you take, I don't give a fuck, a 0.2, 0.1 is still, you took the wrong stuff. You know what I mean? That's it.
J. Leon Love, what's your thoughts?
It's on the, listen, I've been through the shit. I had to pay $50,000 as a fine. I know I was suspended for 6 months. It's on the ban list. It's on the ban list. I don't give a fuck whether it do something to enhance your performance or it don't. It's a banned substance. The shit shouldn't be in your system. I don't give a fuck about a 1 billionth of a gram. The shit is in your system. What I learned through my situation is that I took a diuretic, a water pill, to make weight, to lose the last little bit of water in my system. And I took a water pill. That's the way I'm thinking. I took a water pill, but I didn't know a water pill, a diuretic, can mask steroids, so you can hide steroids. So it's on the ban list, bro. I mean, it's on the ban list. Don't have it. If you're a young, strong, healthy, natural guy, you don't need no fucking anything. I take ashwagandha. I take fucking vitamin D, whatever good vitamins I got. I don't think none of that shit can do anything, but this shit that's in your system is banned.
Yeah, but now we're gonna start talking about, you know, you're saying to yourself, you took something deliberately, right? And so that I'm certain that the levels that were that popped in your system were that of levels of being using something with intentions, you know, because those amounts would show in your system. But when you're talking about something that you could, I mean, we don't know yet. We still don't know all the facts. You know what I mean? But one thing we do know, that the levels that is in the system is of trace contamination, and so the legalities of whether you can prove it, like that's something. But we do know that it was not of performance enhancing levels. So there's a little difference in your story and what's going on in this story right now. That's what I'm just pointing out. And that's why nobody, oh, it's banned, and that's it. And no, life is not so linear like that. There's different, context to every story. Every story has a unique set of facts, and so you got to understand and use that to understand what's the circumstance of this situation. And that's what that's what just being objective about it is all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. I just, if it's on the ban list, it's on the ban list. That's how I look at it. I ain't even know the motherfucking ban list until I got caught with a diuretic in my system. And then they got a sheet of mad shit that you can't have in your system. I mean, see, that's different, Jillian. See, I'm Jay. That's different because, see, your intent was to lose weight with your situation. But it wasn't a malicious intent to go in there and make myself stronger or faster to beat this fighter. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm reading is that the shit that he got in his system, what I'm reading, not saying, I'm not taking up for Brian, I'm just talking about the situation. I'm hearing that the shit that he could have in his system doesn't enhance the performance, but it can match steroids. So it's a weird situation, bro. So basically, you took a synthetic crack cocaine to get high because you couldn't get the real shit.
Yo, Zap, not lying, bro. That's that's a very good analogy. Is this what it is? It's a trash ass PED. I mean,
Yeah,
but the only thing you can that I can stand on when I can say is yes, it is on the list. And so now we got to figure out the unique set of circumstances, which we will not know for I don't know how long. But when they declare whatever the judgment is, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Right now, question: If you guys were the commission and you guys are to push the punishment, what do you do?
You have to see what the circumstances are. And the thing is, if we're trying to then the game is not uniform. You know what I mean? The whole boxing game is not uniform. What happened to Bumgarner? She kept her belts, and so what I heard from Michaela that she saw the report that she had enough juice in her for like a 200-pound bodybuilder. So, it's a different circumstance, yet she was able to keep all her belts. No loss, no nothing on her record or no contest. So, we have a wild west system in this game, and it's not. It needs to be unified so that we can all go by the same damn rules. Every state has its own unique set of damn commissions with rules and everything, and it's just and then the loopholes is that the sanctioning bodies create their own loopholes of what they upheld, what they don't upheld, and stuff like that. And so it's the wild west, and until they make a unified rule for everything mandated equally, all 50 states, fuck the commission, the sanctioning bodies. It needs to be all 50 states to have a federal rule of how this shit's supposed to be played out. But they won't do that because then they'll get their hands tied.
I completely agree with you, HLD. I think, like we've talked about this before, that like in the UK you can't use a sauna, but in the US you can, and like it's up to the fighter and their teams to understand the commission rules and what's illegal. But in the UK you can't use a sauna? No, sir. Do not go there and be in the sauna because Casemiro was supposed to be defending his WBO title against Paul Butler there, and he live streamed in a sauna. And guess what? The op did. They sent that video to commission, and they did not let him step on the scale, and the WBO stripped his belt.
How can you tell you're in a sauna though?
He live streamed it.
But other than that though, how could you tell you in the sauna though?
Well,
I have no idea, man.
How about don't when Mill City, if you're in the sauna in the UK, do not accept an invitation to go up live. How about that?
Yo, man, if they know if you got the cooties, man.
Different rules, different things.
Hey Mills, I think we should be the judge from the movie Life.
Oh,
Ryan.
yo,
Life. Yo. Everybody said, how long you got? If you going by that judge, everybody going down. Everybody going down. Boxing is over. Boxing is over.
Yeah, with that judge, Ryan's gonna definitely need to make that new steroid league.
And wait a minute, did y'all see him talk about that? Talk about doing a league where all fighters just take steroids? He said that out of his mouth. Come on, bro. That's like crazy. I know that.
Yeah, but what I think what he's really talking about is what him and the Turkey been talking about behind the scenes. They about creating their own league.
Turkey doesn't have the commission.
He don't need a commission. He'll make a UFC. He'll make a UFC. He'll make like a boxing league like the UFC has.
Territory water that there is no goddamn commission. Even slap fighting is under a commission. Like you can't just ignore that there's a commission for every single.
He has the money to make a commission.
If he buys an island in somewhere that is not a country and does not have a commission, or this is my proposal, what we do is Conor Benkamp fight in the UK. Ryan Garcia is not allowed to be fight here soon, from my assumption. We just send them off to space where there is no commission and they can fight there. And we can, what is it, the one that Elon Musk has and satellited back to Earth.
The Saudis have declared themselves, independent of everything, and they'll just do whatever they want in Saudi. They're like, nah, we don't pay attention to the commission no more. Get the fuck out of here. And that's that.
Getting into this super chat here. Loyalty over dinero. Thank you for the $5. Okay, so is Devin believes in VADA so much, why won't he do the rematch and trust VADA to test Ryan? Devin is a great boxer. He needs to rematch, if not.
I mean, I feel like if it was on the same grounds, obviously making the weight, obviously having full drug testing throughout camp like anybody else does. I mean, yeah, you can't. I don't know. I mean, but then you got motherfuckers like I just know of Victor Conte. I don't know. I know of his history, but if he has a seat at the table, that's cold blooded, bro. He got a seat at that table with VADA. A relationship. That's not true, JJ. Don't let them tell you that. Victor created. He was one of the creators of VADA, but he does not sit on the board. He does not make the rules. He does not do the testing. He was just one of the creators of VADA. Does he have an interest? Is what I'm saying. He don't have no interest in VADA. He does nothing with them. Okay. He was just so. Let me tell you guys. Victor Conte's position is this. He was once the guy who fucked the game up. He came back, he did his time, and he said, now I'm going to be the guy to fix the game up. Got you, okay. That's his whole MO right now. Victor Conte believes in clean living, 100%. He's a great
guy. And John Gotti was a plumber, guys. Come on, you know what I mean?
You're a creator, but don't have no pull in it.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I just know his history with Barry Bonds and different, athletes. I just know that history. I don't know. I just read something. Damn, Zab, that's you with your smoking,
Tim? That's that Austrian cigar, man. I don't know, man.
That's that Austrian.
You smoking on that Super Judah? You know it. As I said, baby. Yeah. I'm gonna come out the bump a couple elbows with you for a minute. Yeah.
What Zab is saying is basically that and this is history, that there was a certain time period that they were only testing for EPO and HGH for marathon runners, and the athletes that were running sprints and other sports, they weren't being tested for these drugs or whatever you call them, these enhancements, because from what the drug testing agency believed is that why would you do EPO if you're not a marathon runner? So they weren't testing the other athletes for that. And what Victor had told them is like, you need to test everyone, not just the marathon runner. So he advised them on, listen, like, make it across the board, not just one sport for EPOs and HGH and all these other things. You have to put everyone under the same umbrella. And so he advised them that they need to do that. And then, they went off and created VADA and all this other stuff, whatever.
See, on the hustle side, to me, that's just like, yo, man, if I could get the game monopolized and we use VADA to then test everybody, not just the runners, we're not gonna test everybody. $70,000 a pop, baby. You know what I mean? That's a hustle game to me, especially for a non-for-profit. I'm just looking at it at the way a game can be played. And then if you're just trying to put that money over there with donations, which is, tax write-offs and deductions and stuff. So I mean, I can see where there can be a hustle in that in itself. And yeah, we're trying to test everybody. That sounds beautiful. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but there is a hustle in that at $70,000 a pop per person to do. We're talking about boo-boo dollars. And now it's a worldwide phenomenon, which that company's got to be, I mean, I don't know, you can even value what VADA is worth, but it's got to be up in the billions.
Hold on, time out. You just threw out a bunch of things. Who the hell is paying $70,000 a year?
Hey, so Super Zab just said he paid that much with VADA.
For 1 year, Zab?
No, for a fight.
You?
Yeah, that was one fight. That was for my Miguel Cotto fight. Yep.
One fight? So that's 2 fighters.
I know, but it's in the beginning.
No, yeah. And this is, that's one, like, and VADA is decreasing their amount right now because of the fact that there's,
I'm talking about 05, sis. I wasn't showing up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about 05, sis. This was the testing at 05.
Damn, non-profit?
Yeah. I mean,
non-profit, that's what I'm saying. They're a subcontractor at that.
No, but okay, so
$70K?
So just so you,
I bought my first condo
your
at that.
talking point is VADA a public 501c3 or a
Yes, it is. It's on their website. If you just go on the website, right on the right hand corner, it says.
Is it a private or public 501c3?
Let me look it up right now.
Don't look it up. Tell me right now, because you're already.
I said it was what you just said right now is exactly what I remember saying. You want me to memorize? I've memorized a lot of stuff in the last 3 weeks or so.
So you should know, bro.
Yeah, she's funny.
But,
yeah, she is. She is.
She's funny. She's funny.
Is that who no one's talking about is Erica Cruz, who just got hit, and she didn't get hit by VADA. She just got hit by free drugs.
The same one with Bumgarner.
Yeah. Her. Yep.
So it really doesn't matter because all of their tests all go back to WADA.
But why are we talking? We're not talking about the non-for-profit.
No, I'm giving you time.
Oh.
Yeah, she calling me slow. She calling me slow. So it says on their website, support VADA. The Voluntary Anti-Doping Association is a tax-exempt 501c3 organization. All donations are tax deductible under Section 501c3 of the Internal Revenue Code.
You did not answer private or public.
Private.
Well, no, he didn't say it. He said he was going back to the website.
Habla.
Sure?
Why don't they put it out there? Why do they gotta hide it?
Oh, you don't know. Okay, so that's.
They're putting. Now I'm gonna look it up.
You have to tell me if it's private or public, because public, their documents are recorded in public record.
It will be funny. Why they hide it?
Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, if they're putting everything else out and then they're gonna hide, and the reason I know it's an important thing because is Rachel's asking for it, then it makes a huge difference. She just declared it. If it's public, everybody sees it. If it's private, it's a little secretive, right? We don't know what the hell's going on.
But you don't know if it is or not, so that's not a talking point. But anyway,
Rachel, by the end of the summer, we're gonna have HOD on the snack program. That's our goal. Well, she's gonna be on the snack.
Yo, man, I'll be going 100 miles an hour on this stuff on that snack. Man, I'm sorry, bro. I looked up those snack products. That's trash, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't take any of that crap. Any of that crap. That's just me.
No, I got a whole closet full, brother.
So they must be giving it for free, bro.
No, no.
Zach told me if I take some of his shit, he said that I'll be back till 21 again.
Hey, send some of that shit my way, man.
My man said, "Let me get some of that."
Stuff that he's coughing on, or are you talking about snack products?
Products. Come on, snack products. I need everything. Snack products. Meet me in there. Hey, meet me in the back. I got super punch in the back. Meet me in the back. The back room. I got snack in the front, super punch in the back. Give me this.
Man, look at now I'm looking at, bro. He loaded up. Look at that. He's so loaded up that he don't use any of it, bro. Is that what it is,
Look at this one. He's like, yo, Mills, come on, man, you fake ass. Cuz cook, let me cook. Yo, he already went on. He didn't say shit.
Who's that?
That
Who's
kid in
that?
the kid that was like he was all black. He didn't show his face. Anyway, Brian Corey, thank you for the $5. I don't understand why Devin feels the need to hydrate 25 pounds for his opponent. That is dangerous to his opponents. Poor Regis. I feel bad for him. See, we're gonna go for the ones that are spending.
No,
Allegedly.
it's a fact.
Allegedly what
It's a
was that?
fact.
Allegedly what was that?
Allegedly, he hydrated to 25 pounds. Nobody actually seen that.
Oh man, do I need to post the
He
receipt?
weighed in. He weighed in. What was it? 168?
Let HLD hang himself. Go ahead,
What,
HLD.
hang myself? Do I need to post the receipt? That's all.
She want to get you, dog.
I'm about drug test. I'm free out of the world, Chip. I ain't worried about no drug test. They gonna test me. It's because I'm on probation or some shit. I ain't about to.
What?
And I ain't on probation, so I'm free to do it all.
HLD is against California State Athletic Commission rules.
I'm talking about the inspector sheet that I got signed by the state commission when they weighed him on the night of the fight.
Yeah, but what does it matter? It's not illegal.
You want to ask Andy Foster?
Yeah.
We should do that.
She said,
How about you do this? How about you do this for me, HLB? Can you go on to the California State Athletic Commission regulations? Go on to
how about Mills, right now is the perfect time for the video to show who has the absolute authority to suspend fights due to.
Which also has a live stream on YouTube that you could go and watch.
I know that.
Watch what they
say. Hey, you got my video there, Mills?
yeah. I can't play it.
Why not?
I have both of my phones occupied, brother.
That's a killer. That's. We could hear it from the horse's mouth when Andy Foster says he has the absolute authority to cancel fights.
But it's regulation. You guys are saying that it's actually illegal. That there's an action for it to be against regulation. It has to be in regulation, which is
it doesn't have to be under the discretion of the executive officer, which is Andy Foster.
Which he says in the March 2023 meeting in the minutes and in the YouTube video live that he posted, he doesn't want to make these decisions and would rather have it in black and white, which is why they try to create language.
Here, let me see if I can play the video. Hold on. Let me see if I can play it.
So they're still working it out. They're still having a dialogue, which means
here.
in the regulation because nobody wants to leave it up to a human to decide.
No, he says he wants. The only reason the aim of the rule is so that it's not under the discretion of himself, only one person to cover an entire state at that.
Yeah,
so he wants to make it uniform so that he could then allow that absolute authority to all of his inspectors. But at this current time today, by the state law, he has all the discretion to cancel any fight due to fighters coming overweight.
Of course he does. And he decided that wasn't going to be a fight that he was going to cancel. So you're saying that it's not in the rule. He has a discretion. His discretion said, you know what? I'm going to let this slide because it's not a black and white.
No, because the inspector who signed the fight off was in him. Is one of his inspectors.
Because he doesn't have a black and white rule that he has to abide by. So
because Mr. Andy Foster cannot be at every single place in the state of California.
Recorded this, right? He recorded this to actually show to the commissions why it's supposed to be, why he believes it to be 15%, because he recorded certain UFC fighters, he recorded certain boxing fighters, and he saw a dangerous trend in how much they were actually hydrating to. But that wasn't actually to be like, okay, well, we're going to cancel this fight right now. You have to have numerical value into what you're presenting to the commission and say, this is a trend. This is why I'm saying 15%. I'm not just picking the number.
Can he? He's canceled fights for the same amount that Devin Haney came in at.
At his discretion. That's the problem.
He's because he was involved in the fight. Now he's only one man. He's only one man. Now he also says that this is sanctioned cheating.
It's not a rule.
It doesn't matter. It wouldn't even have. Let's say it's not a rule for that to be canceled automatically. But with him saying by spearheading this mission that he's been on for the past probably like 15 years, if Regis Prograis, we have him on record saying he considers this to be sanctioned cheating. He at this point in time he has absolutely. So if Regis Prograis was to file a complaint with all the video evidence that's out there, also with Devin Haney, with been doing this, even with Mauricio Suleiman declaring him out there that he's been coming in 25 pounds, over after on fight night. Yo, the board is gonna see this evidence and then see. Oh, have you seen the new video? How every single fight that he's been on in the last 4 fights, he's telling the guy, "You're too small. You're too small." Why? Because he knows he's gonna be a weight bully over all these guys. The commission is gonna see that. And once they see that, you're like, yeah, we couldn't cancel that fight, but we can declare this a no contest because we consider this to be cheating.
Honestly, I think that it's a bullshit rule. I think if you're trying to say that...
Stay with me, Rachel. Stay with me. Stay with me. I'm playing the hypothetical litigator to represent Regis in the committee over here when we're gonna file this complaint. I show this all the evidence, and then I have Mr. Foster, you yourself have been spearheading this mission to want to have this rule because you as a former combat fighter yourself, you see that this is sanctioned cheating, and he's gonna be 100% on Regis' side. And the committee that I've seen overturn fights and those meetings, they're going to be 100% on Regis Prograis' side. And they could just, all right, we don't lose money, we do nothing, but it's only fair. Oh, did they drop off?
The live.
Papá me tiene hablando solo, coño. I'm over here thinking I'm cooking.
You're not talking to yourself. You're talking to everyone on the.
Oh no, but I thought I was addressing Rachel.
She's back.
Oh man, now I lost a train of thought, bro. I was on my Inspector Gadget litigator. I was Kojak right now, man, presenting a case.
But she's back. She's listening to everything right now.
Oh, that's bad. I was talking to myself, Rachel.
It's a bullshit rule because if we're actually looking at the health of a fighter, rehydration is what we need them to have. Okay.
Yes.
We need them to be rehydrated. So I honestly believe that if you're going to start monitoring a fighter, especially during the weigh-ins, there has to be some medical device because, I mean, you can't tell me I can go to Walmart and check my body fat and the percentage of water in my body on a $99 scale, and medical devices aren't even higher than that. I think that they need to be testing the dehydration levels of these fighters, and whatever the percentage of dehydration, I think that's where we can start. Because that's
well, if Mauricio Suleiman was actually implementing what he has as his rules to to be gauging the monitoring of weight loss of these fighters cutting weight as his rules are, I think we wouldn't be in where we're at with this, because that is to monitor how much you're cutting weight and how drastically you are to monitor that. But I know he ain't doing that. I know he's not. I mean, let's keep it a buck. And so, well, at least what the state of California State Commission is also not only seeing for the safety and health of the fighters, but they're also seeing it that it's for a fair competition. It's not fair. It's not fair for little Oloma, who's a 135-pound guy who probably at the max comes in at maybe 137, 138, and he's gonna fight a super middleweight. That's not right.
Okay. First of all, we discussed this the week of the Ryan Garcia fight, and you swore up and down that Ryan was going to make the weight because of his WBC weigh-in with a picture of his feet. I don't know whose feet it was. I've never seen Ryan's feet.
Hey, that's Mauricio. Didn't you say Mauricio Suleiman's on some bullshit? Because he's the one who posted that.
Whoa, hold on. You're the one that actually told me and argued with me that he weighed in at WBC.
But time has transpired since then. You know why? Because I've seen like about 12 hours worth of videos from the California State Athletic Commission where they're talking to all of the sanctioning bodies, including Mauricio Suleiman, who's full of shit. Because he's not trying to spearhead this decision. He's not really trying to. He's just trying to create the loopholes to continue the monopolizing of this game. He ain't about none of that. He ain't talking about all this safety stuff. And no, he ain't. He is absolutely not. After what I seen, after 12 hours of videos, I absolutely know for a fact that they're the sanctioning bodies are the reason why a lot of this stuff is not getting passed, because they want to create the loopholes so they can manipulate the game.
So are you admitting that you were wrong for?
Yeah, as of today, not at that time. If I'm believing in what they're saying at the time, why would I say I'm wrong? But now I see something different because I seen what I seen through these videos. I mean, what am I supposed to be linear thought forever and what I thought day before yesterday without having the attention span to be able to learn something new? I mean, what are we talking about? I mean, I learned that new.
We had a conversation, and I told you.
And what I just said, I felt I was right at the time because my thought was to believe the sanctioning body. And then after seeing these videos, I feel like, nah, they're full of shit.
Okay.
Coda, thank you for the $2. Ryan's been set up, Rachel, trying to play politics, shaking my head.
But there is one man in the state of California who absolutely has the discretion and has canceled fights in the state of California for fighters coming in at 25 pounds above the weight that they were at when they weighed in the day before. So that's a fact.
New caller coming in. Troy, what's going on? What's on your mind?
Hey, how y'all doing, man? How y'all doing? I've been paying attention to involved in boxing since I was about 15. I'm 50 plus now, right? I think the best way, if you wanna try and help the sport or cleaning up the sport, they should do the drug testing during the weigh-in. You know, the same time they're doing the weigh-in, live during the weigh-in. Have them weigh in and then drug test them. Have a triage set up with the doctor so you get to, get all the results and everything, right?
Oh, is this Troy Graham?
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on, Troy? Haven't heard from you in a minute, bro. I hope everything's well.
I know, because I don't come out to play with others that much, but I got respect.
Oh, I see Primetime's on too. What's going on, Primetime?
But yeah, do it live during the weigh-in, and if there needs to be a second drug test, you can do it live during like the final press conference, right? And just go from there. But you know what, I'm getting tired of hearing this stuff with Ryan. Yeah, he was dirty, but there is no but. He was just wrong. Period. Right? You can leave the but out of it. He was just wrong.
Troy, you what you were saying is very similar to what I've been saying.
Hold on, Troy. But do you want to see the rematch? Troy, but do you want to see the rematch? I'm asking you a question.
I didn't hear you, brother.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, Troy, but do you really want to see the rematch? Do you want to see it?
Yeah. Cool. I definitely 100% want to see the rematch. Cool. I definitely 100% want to see the rematch. But they could set a weight that they agree upon to fight at. Because in all reality, I actually interviewed a brother by the name of Troy Isley. He fights at 160, and he started with Devin, in the amateurs, right? And he fights at 160. So Devin really probably walks around at 160 plus. So they could come up with a weight that him and Ryan could agree upon, and then have their rematch.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like hearing fans that want to see the rematch. And look past. Let's try to look past this and figure out how we can get these the fight that we wanted to see the first time, right?
100%, because I'm a big fan of Rachel's husband, man. She was on. Her and her husband was on the show with me, in Major Key, and I told Donaire as well that I'm a big fan of his as a human being, because he fought my countryman. He fought he fought the Axeman. He fought the Axeman, and he lost to the Axeman. And then after the fight, both of them were just super respectful to each other.
Yeah, he just won. He just won Donaire, right? He just beat Donaire.
No, this was years ago. He fought Walters.
Yeah, that's the Axeman. Yeah. He just beat Joseph Adorno on Pro Box.
Walters is back?
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah, he won. He won. I lost money that night. Yeah.
But Troy, you had a good sentiment in the regards about the testing. I think that what they should be doing is in the last month going into the fight, there should be twice a week random drug testing every week until fight night, and that's what they should be doing. Now we saw that there. I hear so many excuses back and forth about the time. Like, look, man, they just opened up the bottle one day and we got the results the next day. So we need to get results a little bit earlier from the earlier tests. I'm not saying the ones of fight night, but at least the one from the week before, we need to have those results already before these people step in the ring. And if they do something, I think it'll help at least litigate a lot of these problems.
Well, just pay the stat. I don't know why anyone's like, this is not a new thing. You pay more money, pay triple the money for a stat test. You will get stat results. Not that hard.
Damn.
How much more is it, Rachel, for the stat?
I know stat for like COVID tests were about 2.5 times the price of the normal test. So this is a more comprehensive exam. I would assume double at the very least for a stat. I mean, that's anything if you want your stuff looked at the top of the line, you need to pay. It is what it is. So we can do that. I mean, depending on when the last test, if you did like a test on Monday or Wednesday at the latest, fly it all the way to Utah the same day, and then at least you have Thursday. They get it, they open it, it says stat on the envelope, they jump the line. And then they test it, give you results by at least, I would say, Friday night to Saturday morning. They did it for, who the hell was it? It was the guy with Dillian. I thought Dillian White fought a guy that the fight got canceled because they tested on Monday and it came back Saturday morning. Didn't he? Podnik or something?
Yeah.
Pulev?
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah, Alex something, right? And the reason why they did a stat on that is because he was tested 7 months before and popped 9 days before the fight. So they made sure that it was a turnaround stat. But, I mean, just throw money at it. Say, hey, listen, okay, the other tests, we can wait. We can do, like, if it's an 8-week test, then we can wait 14 days. That's fine. But the closer and closer you get to the fight, then you start paying stat testing. Oh, yeah. Pay for same day delivery over to the lab. Whew, yeah, you can get whatever you want. Throw the money at it.
Yeah, that must be nice. Got a $5 super chat here. The point is, if you fight closer to your walk around weight, you will cut out a lot of the bull, and a lot of Dev fans know he can't handle 47, 54, and 60.
Hey, Rachel, just to give you your answer, VADA is a private non-for-profit. That's what the 501c3 code stands for in the IRS code.
What do you mean in the IRS code? You looked up an IRS code?
But I looked up 501c3, and that's what it stands for. It's a private.
I'm a private 501c3. Stop it.
Look it up yourself, then.
501c3, public and private. You have to actually delineate what are they filing as. Unless
No, I'm just saying that 501c3
501c3s
is designated by the IRS specifically for private.
And you can apply for a public 501c3. So you don't know if they applied for it, but we're not talking about that right now.
No, but you asked. You see, you asked me. Now we're gonna let's move the goalposts. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not moving the goalpost real quick. VADA is not mandatory. You know that V stand.
That's just the name. That's just the name, like anything else. It doesn't mean legally voluntary or anything is voluntary. It could say private and it's still voluntary. It's just a name. It's not a designation.
Yeah, I think it's voluntary.
That's just the name. Voluntary anti-doping agency testing or something like that.
But it's not mandatory. You don't have to do VADA, and the fighters pay for that themselves, right? Right? Rachel. Rachel, I'm sorry, Rachel. Fighters pay for that themselves, correct?
It highly depends, right? So there has been situations, for example, the WVSS series. They paid for all the fighters and the B fighters, the standby fighters, in case someone on the main card fell through. They also paid for that. So it highly depends on the situation itself. If the promoter is going to either pitch in and kind of evade some of those, not evade, but throw off some of those expenses for you as a fighter, or if they're going to take it 100%, or they're going to say, you know what, this is voluntary. We're doing commission testing. So if you want to do this, you need to pay for it, which is like in the case with us and Casemiro. We were willing to pay for us and Casemiro to be in the VADA testing. So it highly depends on the negotiation you have and where your promoter stands on if they really want to pay for it or not.
I like it. Before we tap out, there was some news today that I wanted to get out and to see what well, not get out, but just to get people's opinions on. And it's Errol Spence and Sebastian Fundora for the title at 154 pounds. What are your thoughts?
I'm confused.
How?
Exactly my question. How?
Okay, yeah. I thought, did I miss something?
No, they're fighting in the fall in Dallas.
No, it's in October.
October. Yeah, because they're under that PBC banner. That's why it's easier to make those fights within your own company. You know, with your own fighters, and with PBC not really having a big schedule of a lot of other fights outside of Gervonta Tank Davis, it was the only fight they had feasible that would do any numbers, because at this time Amazon Prime isn't wasting a dime on any mediocre fights. Amazon is not paying for anything. Amazon is paying for nothing.
Wait. Okay, so I might be talk to me like I'm stupid. Didn't Bud request to do his mandatory position against Fundora? So how is he?
Or I mean, you know who he's fighting.
Yeah, but he lost that spot as soon as he's taking on another fight.
Yeah, he's taking that other dude.
He's taking up a championship fight, and once you take on a championship fight, you lose the status on the other sanctioning bodies.
Fundora has a medical exemption.
He took some snack and they got him better.
Look like Leonard Edelby was right. You're gonna keep it in the home.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember when I told Bernie that when I seen that interview, he was going nuts. He's like, "What? What? How he gonna get it before Bud?" I'm like,
But Bud has a fight though. Like how much? How he's got a fight,
Fight for a championship already. He's fighting a guy with 2 belts.
right? So I mean,
It's
you
a
can't.
massive team as well. They looking at a wounded Earl Spence versus taking on a red hot Terrence Crawford. So which one would you rather take?
No, I get that, but
it's a no-brainer.
Night, Jackie.
Understand it from his perspective. I'm just saying, like, part of me really, I hate boxing because there really is no black and white, and even if it's in black and white, there is, like, there's this little script with asterisks underneath on the very bottom. We can change, our regulations or at our discretion, and it just disheartens me. Like, I always feel like it's like boxing is one of those lovers that you love, but they never love you back because you're trying to have integrity, and you're like, there is everyone I turn to doesn't have it. How is this possible? So, I get
Boxing,
like
boxing is an amazing toxic loving girlfriend for one thing, and then after that she tears you.
"Hell yeah!" That toxic one that you always
That toxic,
go date at night. Like,
you could do that text at hell at this time right now. Hey, what you doing?
yeah, and they put the main events at 12 o'clock too.
Yeah. So I mean, it's boxing, guys. It is what it is.
Facts. So, you guys, what's your facts? I mean, do you guys think that Arrow is a wounded fighter? Do you think that he can mess with a guy like Sebastian Fundora?
I
He's
think he should
moving up weight.
retire, man. I think he should retire.
He has a puncher's chance any fighter has a puncher's chance. And I think Earl is banking on experience beating Fundora. But Fundora is just a tall order for even the best man on his best night. 6'6", 82-inch reach. That's just a hard order, man. And then coming off of a defeat against Terrence Crawford and then a layoff, and Fundora is active.
Sounds like disaster, right?
I mean, it sounds like the makings of it, but hey, we know how it go. One punch can change the whole course of the fight.
And to me, it's not that he could win the fight. I mean, it's not that he cannot win the fight, but I think the man has taken so much damage. He has a family. He don't need this shit, bro. He could win the fight, but at what cost? I just think it's time, and that's just my opinion. I think it's
It's gonna
time.
take something out of him to win the fight
Well,
for sure.
he don't need the fight, but I think he wants this fight because he feels as though everybody is looking at him at this one loss and writing me off. And he spoke on that. A lot of fighters nowadays are getting ruled off too quick from that one loss. It's always how the loss, but I always say this. Let me see one fight after that loss, and that'll tell me everything I need to know. So I feel as though with a streak like his, he deserves that one shot to prove to everybody either you got it or either you need to sit down.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the truth is, I just think he's coming back. Well, he lost, and I guess that pride in him. He's a fighter. Fighter. He wants to reestablish himself, but both of them look fragile to me because I don't see anything special about Fundora. Yeah, he's the same height as my son. That's about what I see in him. I don't see. I mean, what's his skill level? Can anybody tell me what his skill set is?
He surprised everybody when he came out against Tinzu. Let's be honest. Like, he used to fight, like I used to say it all the time. Fundora used to fight like a kid that didn't realize his growth spurt. And with Tim Tszyu, all of a sudden, he was trying to be rangy. He was trying to keep him at the end of the jab, which is not something that he normally depended on. He liked being in the fight where it was like, bro, like, how are you even punching this guy? Like, your arms are going to twist itself up because you're fighting so in close. So, I mean, I think,
I think he just made that adjustment because of the Lubin fight, you know?
Yeah, and I think, like, listen, I think that experience is going to allow Errol to carry. I think that, yes, 100%, when a fighter loses, if he decided to retire, I don't feel like he wants to retire on that stool. I think he's going to try to, come out swinging and at least do his best. And I think that it's not like we didn't see Tim Tszyu have his moments with one eye. Mm-hmm. So what about someone who has two? Do I want to see it? I mean, as a personal aspect of being a family of a fighter, not really. I think that he's made enough. I think that he blows up a lot in weight. I don't really like it. But I also understand the psychological aspect that you have to give them that fighting chance. And if we're going to be honest, I don't feel like Fundora's punches are one of those that are going to be like butts.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
See, the only thing about with Fundora, every opponent that he goes against, he's messing up their face, and like that car accident, that the way his face looked with the Bud fight, the car accident, I don't know, like I don't know if Danny wasn't punching him in the face or Uga wasn't punching him in. I mean, I don't know, but his face looked horrible. Like that's gonna swell up again, I think.
Is that all the blood vessels in his face and all those muscle tissues there's a lot of damage there, bro. There's a lot of damage underneath all that skin. There's a lot of
Danny
damage.
really didn't hit him.
Two car accidents, yeah. I mean, we're only human at the end of the day, and of course he's an athlete, but wear and tear on the body and age, you can't deny that.
It's an interesting fight because everything that Rachel said as far as experience is concerned, and more athletic and just has a lot more game, but is that what if after?
Yeah. What if can he take that first round of punches from Fundora? However he sits down on that stool and looks in that first round, that's how the rest of the fight gonna go.
And Fundora don't bend; he has heart. That's another thing too. He got heart.
Yeah. That's the one thing. But if I'm him, if I'm Fundora, Errol's what 5'7", 5'8". 5'8". All I have to do all night is just keep him at the end of my jab. Yeah, I mean, he's not Mike Tyson, right?
Yeah.
He tries to bully people, but if I keep him at the end of my jab, what can he do?
Yeah,
and you drop that right hand on him from time to time. You tap him in the body. That's the one weakness he does have is head movement.
That, and I think that closing the distance. I think like Tim Tszyu seemed like a little more explosive on his feet than Errol. And he even had a hard time. But then it's hard to judge that with that huge gash in his face too.
Yeah, I would love to see them do that, run that back.
Yeah, that one is
with no cuts. No cuts.
Now I see his dad training him more now.
Maybe that will happen. I mean, that sounds about fair because he gave him a shot, so maybe he'll give Tim a shot. Yeah, but honestly, it's crazy because I looked at how he got that cut, and it was him trying to duck under Fundora punch. So it's like, is that even a more inevitable thing to see again? Is that cut get opened up again? Because you're gonna eventually try to duck his shots, and with his razor elbows.
I mean, anything can happen, and that's the funny part. That's, I think, what we love about boxing. Like, it's 12 rounds, right? I mean, I remember one of the fights that Nonito was completely sweeping was the one in Puerto Rico. Why can't I remember his name? I can't remember his name. But he looked like a Mexican tank, okay? He was really thick. And Nonito, I think in the 6th, he stepped on the referee's foot and twisted his ankle. And for 6 more rounds, he had to fight to the death. He couldn't move. He couldn't put any weight on it. Like, anything can happen in these fights, you know? So, yes, yeah, like you could get a freak accident like Tim Tszyu and be blinded half of the fight. You know, that could, I mean, I'm not saying that could happen to Fundora because he's not going to be under anyone, but anything can happen in these fights. And so it's, you know, it's a fun little game that we play because 45 minutes is a long time.
Yes.
Yeah. Facts. Well, HLD, what was your thoughts on the fight? You still there, HLD? Yeah, I think
Hello. Yep. There we
yeah,
go.
what's your thoughts on the fight?
I think Fundora's definitely got a huge advantage in this fight, being the younger fighter, the active fighter, the more awkward fighter with his size. Um, I think Spence is done, man. It's just I can't get that part out of my head. I think the man is done. He's not going to be able to register them damaging blows. Uh, I just don't think can he pull it off? Yes, but I like I said earlier. But at what cost? At what cost of his life? You know what I mean? I don't think he should be fighting anymore. That's just my thought on it. I think he should hang it up. He's got a beautiful family. Bro, I seen him on some podcasts talking about taxes and shit, bro. Like what? Spence the guest talking about taxes and I don't know money investing and all that. I'm like, dude, you're done with boxing, man. Go ahead and do that. But you know, what I mean, hey, man, I just wish for him that pray that it all goes well for him. But can he pull it off? Absolutely. Who's to say he can't? But at what cost? That's it.
I like it. Well, guys, I appreciate you guys for tapping in.
Yes, indeed.
Make sure you guys tap in tomorrow at 12 p.m. We'll be back with another one. We're going to be doing an interview with Jalil Hackett. I guess he just got signed to the Zone. So we're going to show him some love, man. Nevertheless, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll be back with another one. God bless. And on to the next. All right, guys?
Yes.
Salute to y'all. Salute, HLD.
Peace.
Peace.